And we're live. Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Talk Now live with Max, Larry, and Edward. So glad that Edward Vincent can join us. And he, if you're wondering who he is a great member of the CTN family and part of the team, the CTN team that is working on building this network. So many great things. We'll get into what we're working on. But before we do that, let's start out with Max. Max, how are you doing? And then we'll go with Edward. Edward, how are you doing?
Well, I'm good. Glad to be here tonight. Really excited, of course, to have our good friend and colleague, Edward Vincent, here tonight with us all from our Crypto Talk Now sister station, which is Crypto Talk Now VR. I'm sure he's got quite a bit of great information to share with us all tonight. So it should be a great show. Hopefully everybody in our community is doing great. Back to you, Larry.
And how about you, Edward? Congratulations on joining us for the first time. You look good on there. You got a nice background. Tell us how you're doing today.
Today has been fantastic, and I very much appreciate you and Max for both allowing me to be here. This is awesome. So I can't wait to have a great conversation with you. And cool. Yes, this is not a real sofa, just to let y'all know. I'm just kidding.
See that? I got everyone going on the sofas now. So, Max, give us a quick rundown of what we're going to talk about tonight, and then I'm going to go in and show everybody Crypto Talk Now VR that Edward runs.
Well, there was quite a bit of information that dropped today. You saw, or some of you guys might have saw, Jerome Powell, what he had to mention with the whole thing with, the hikes and so on to fight inflation. Some of you guys may agree with it, some don't. We'll get into a little bit of that and how it's basically affecting the overall crypto market. On top of that, we have some brief coverage from Investor Place, basically in reference to what's going on with that. Is it the right time to buy these dips is the bottom line. And then we also have some XRP news we want to share with you. So it should be a great show.
Great. And thank you for that overview, Max. I'm going to go over to the screen and I'm going to hit present, share screen, boom, boom. And I'm going to show you coming up here, Crypto Talk Now. Well, it's not showing up here. What happened to it? 1 second here. For some reason, let me see. Stop screen, present, share screen, window. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Crypto Talk Now VR, run by Edward Vincent, who you see right here on the bottom of the screen.
Channel.
Tell us, I think that we inspired you, obviously, to start this channel, but tell us a little bit about what your view is for the channel, what you're looking to do on it, and tell us, why you started it, and just to give us a little bit of background on how you started the channel and stuff like that.
So I'll try to keep it brief because I'll end up getting off on a tangent here.
Okay.
But essentially, Crypto Talk Now VR was meant to be an extension of this network, right? So what we do on this is we were doing the after show. And it's eventually turned into a bunch of different types of things. Right now, we've been streaming charts. And it's trying to be 24/7. That's one of the biggest efforts, as you may and everybody may know. So we got the Ethereum chart right there. If you want to click on that, yeah. Pretty interesting thumbnail.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's Vitalik Buterin. All right, cool.
But yeah, I stopped that and I directed all the bandwidth to here so we could have a nice, clear conversation.
Cool. All right. So obviously we inspired you to start your own channel and we put you as part of our network, Crypto Talk Now VR. Guys, subscribe if you haven't already. Exciting stuff. Max has worked on a special project with Edward, and that is to get live shows on all of our channels, which is going to be really, really cool. And we've already got one on our main channel. So really exciting stuff. Thank you so much again, Edward, for being here. Let's just quickly mention this real quick. If you haven't downloaded our app, guys that are watching, ladies and gentlemen, you can download it here at cryptotalknow.net. Just download it. You're going to be the OGs of the OGs of the OGs because it's not yet been approved. The application is in a few weeks. It should be ready on the Apple Store and also Google Play. You can get it here. So many great things. We're going to work off this website a little later. But first, let's do this. Let's say hello to our wonderful community, the best looking crypto community in the world, actually. Oh boy, there it is right now. If you want to get to Crypto Talk Now VR, just click on that. There is Edward Vincent. You are looking at the proud content creator. I see big things for your future with content, Edward. I think this is a great first step for you. And I think at some point you'll wind up having your own show either by yourself or maybe with a co-host. I think it's going to be cool stuff.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. And you can send applications in to my Twitter, and that's at Crypto Talk Now VR, actually.
Now, there you go. If you want to be a co-host with Edward and you're in this community, we'd love that. This is what's really cool, Max. Let me just say this. Don't you think it's kind of cool that we're kind of like multiplying, that we're kind of like planting seeds and things are blossoming to the point where people are deciding to create their own content within our community? Does it give you like kind of a cool feeling? Like, to me, it kind of gives me goosebumps a little bit to think that we're helping other people to step out and do something that they're not used to doing, which is content creation. Is it kind of a good feeling for you as well?
It is a good feeling because, years ago when I was going to create my own game, people would say, well, what's the LLC going to be called? And I said, you know what? It's going to be called Community Studios LLC. And with what we got going on here, we are a community. I think that's what stands out for us.
And I think that's one of the things that makes our community strong is your background with creating communities, with the gaming community. So you've been a big asset, obviously. And I'm excited. I wonder what's going to happen a year from now. Like I feel like there'll be a handful of content creators that'll come out of our community from watching our show. It's quite humbling and it's like an honor to me. Selmo Fudd says, Edward Vincent, he's giving you the pound like Selmo Fudd always does. And April Cornwell is passing out flowers. Hey, 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 all my friends.
Hey, hey, hey.
I knew you were going to say that. All right, so that's cool. Selmo Fudd, Crypto Talk Now VR, 24/7 is the stuff. So right now you've got Ethereum on there, Edward. Are you planning on what's the next coin that you're going to start having a live chart for?
We started at the top with Bitcoin, and we had that going, I think, for about 4 days. And Ethereum was pretty interesting to watch today because I had it on. It was not going currently, but I had it on today, and I got to watch the nice little spike right before the conversation. I think it was right before the Jerome Powell announcement, and then watched it not do its nice little movement retracement back down. So we'll do Ethereum, and I'm thinking we're going to do most of the ISOs on this channel, and I'll kind of dance around some of the top 20 maybe is probably where I'll do. Cool. And the polls out there in case anybody has any others that they'd like to see.
Awesome. Yeah, let us know what charts you'd like to see in the comments, guys. If you want to see some live charts so you can relax. Michael Cornwell likes watching him. It kind of like, if he wants to take a nap or go to sleep, he kind of listens to the music. It's usually like a nice soft elevator music. So it's cool stuff. Salamander in Space, the XDC commander, says, hello, everybody. Great to see you.
Hey, Salamander.
Tim Shea says, hey. Why does Tim Shea say hey, Edward?
He always says hey, though. That's why.
Because it rhymes with his last name, and he always says hey.
He always says it.
Or maybe he secretly plays Call of Duty like myself, and he's Tim Shea, and he sprays from far away, and he has everybody hit the DECK. Never mind.
All day.
And everybody's saying hello to everybody like everyone does. And Tim Shea says, let's go, Edward. How about that? The support for Edward here. Z, the chosen one, a.k.a. Wah. And also the Brad Pitt of crypto. Very cool. Edward, Max, and Larry. How about that?
Hey, good to see you, Jeff.
He's got hearts. I think Jeff might be in love with me. He's got hearts on mine. Funny stuff. All right. No homo there, Jeff. I love you too. All right. Tim Shea says, Larry, Cool Cat said today, it figures Larry got XRP and it goes down. No, actually, there's a new flash. Larry procrastinated once again. I was just telling Edward on the pre-show. I did not buy anything because I'm having a hard time. Well, first of all, I'm going to get a link from Max. I've been procrastinating for KuCoin. I'm going to buy XRP. But I'm having like, what is the word? I'm hesitant because I can't pull the trigger because I don't know what to sell. I know that there's a couple I want to get rid of. I actually sold some Bitcoin the other day because I had to pay some bills, and I sold Bitcoin at a loss, and that was painful. So I'm just like, what am I going to sell to get the ISO? So there's a certain project that I probably shouldn't mention, but I think I'm going to sell the majority of that, and then I'm going to move it into the ISO. So Edward knows the secret.
Larry, here's the thing, you got to keep in mind, there was this great thing called the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
But you, for some reason, have turned it all into the Emancipation Procrastination.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
and
my God.
I don't know what's up with that. Did you see my tweet I sent out to you last night with Apollo Creed?
Oh, no, I didn't. I have to look
at it. You know what? We're going to have to share that.
Let's do it. Let me share it. Let's do it. Or do you want to share it?
Well, I tweeted it to you. You could share it.
All right, let's see.
You have where people could hear it, right?
Yeah, where is it now? Apollo Creed.
I thought I tagged you.
Do I have to go on to MaximusCrypto?
Maybe.
Let me see.
DPG Maximus. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, DPG. Oh, I went to Hibachi last night. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that looked really good at the picture.
It was delicious. Yeah. DPG. All right. Well, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. That's not.
Doesn't it show it? Should show it.
Is this yours now? You changed it?
No,
Wait.
it should be further up.
Oh wait. Okay.
What is going on here?
You think it's on here?
There it is.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Sorry.
Let's see what it says. It says when Larry goes to buy his XRP. Now you got to share it for people can hear it.
As a Chrome tab. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. I got to hear this. I did not see this. I want to play it now. I'm excited to hear what you were trying to tell me. When Larry goes to buy his XRP. Okay, here we go.
Damn, not tomorrow. What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
I love this.
There is no tomorrow.
I got to tell you guys
Come on,
something.
Larry. Come on. There's no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. Come on, Larry. I'm the biggest Rocky Balboa movie fan because I just wish I had his hair, Sylvester Stallone. But I am a big Rocky fan. I grew up watching.
I am too.
And
Yeah.
I actually take the soundtrack and I play basketball to it. I don't work out because I listen to the gym music, but I like, I really like that music. And I'm just like, I remember that scene. You're right. Come on, Larry. This is really Max. Come on, Larry. Buy XRP. Oh, I'm going to get it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Buy it now.
Exactly what I was thinking. That's why I take you, man.
And Salamander in Space is saying that about XDC. There is no tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, man. That's so good. That's like that's like the best. I don't know what they call it, memes. That's the perfect meme clip that you could have sent me for that. That's like, it really.
I just want to state this, all right? So that clip is from Rocky 3, okay? And it's because, Rocky lost to Clubber Lang and so on. Here's one thing I always thought was really weird about the Rocky series from that point on, and we'll kick it back to crypto, and that is this. Apollo Creed teaches Rocky how to fight like Apollo Creed, and it's the most amazing you ever see Rocky in all of the many films that he was in, right? But by the time you get to Rocky 4 and he fights the Russian, right? It's like he forgot everything he was taught by Apollo Creed. He doesn't fight that way anymore. It's kind of weird. Anyway.
You know what's be funny? When I don't get XRP and it goes to $1, you can play Mr. T saying, I pity the fool. And what do you forecast for this fight? And he just says, this is the best line of any movie. Pain. Remember when he said, what's your prediction?
Yeah, there you go. That would be good.
For the fight? He says, pain.
Maybe we should go with Edward. Edward, we should get together and clip that, man.
What's meat? Yeah.
What's your prediction when Larry doesn't buy XRP? Pain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pain.
All right. So we're having a good time here today. Howdy, folks. Boomer effing Sooner in the great state of no, he's not in Texas. Is he in
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. Yes, Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's Oklahoma Sooners. He's
That's
not
right.
Texas
What am I
Longhorn.
thinking?
He's like,
I'm
you will
thinking
not
of-
speak to me with that Texas Longhorn blasphemy. I'm a Oklahoma Sooner.
I'm thinking about Bitcoin BMW. He's the one that says howdy too. That's what threw me off.
It's Edward that's from Texas.
Yes. And look at this. Salamander in space. Remember like pigs in space from the Muppets? Okay. Thank you for the $5 donation. Just do it, Larry. Buy XRP and a little XDC. Oh man, but Larry's being procrastinated. Okay. Here's what's going on. I'm a creature of habit, and I'm worried about going to a new exchange. There's nothing against KuCoin, but it's like, oh, I gotta figure this out. And it's like, all right, well, just buy it.
Actually, a lot of people have perception it's really hard to use, but once you get used to it, it's piece of cake. You just gotta. It's just like anything. You gotta get used to it. But thank you, Salamander, for $5 super chat.
Here, ready, Max? I'm gonna give you a cue, okay? See if you catch on to what I'm saying. It's okay, Max. I'll buy XRP tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. Come
you.
on, Larry. There is no tomorrow.
There we go.
I don't have the amazing body like Apollo Creed had.
We really need to make a movie. I think that's on my bucket list. Is we got to get into a movie somehow. Maybe we can make like a cameo appearance in a movie or something.
All right. I'll tell you what, as you would say, no homo, but Sylvester Stallone back in the day and Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed. Do you know of anybody with a better boxing physique or whatever, or just in better shape than them? I mean,
just the act.
Joe Rogan even talked about Sylvester Stallone. Like literally, he was and maybe still is the alpha dog, man. When it comes to all the other actors,
yeah. I'm still upset about my mom because she didn't let me. I could have been an extra in A Scent of a Woman. They recruited kids from our high school, and back in high school, I was going to be in that movie, but she wouldn't allow me to be into it. How about that? She was a strict mom. All right, Tim Shea says BNB and Matic. Crypto for sizzle, my nizzle, McDizzle, trizzle or something. What's a nap? Oh, he don't. Well, Michael Cornwell doesn't take naps, Larry. He'll just sleep when he's dead. Boomer F Sooner, yo, Selma. That's what I usually say. When my kids say, "Are you tired, Dad?" Nah, I'm just gonna sleep when I'm dead. Boomer F Sooner, yo, Larry, Max, and Edward. Thank you for the support for Edward here. And Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk, Rocky 4, the greatest movie of all time. Is that when he fights the Russian, who's really not a Russian guy, by the way? Yeah. He fights him, right?
You know, kind of. Yeah, no, it's he fights the Russian. Yeah, I mean, in real life,
Drago.
You know, Dolph Lundgren. I mean,
like anyway. Drago. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah, that was a great movie. I like.
You know, it's considered like a Cold War classic. So
yeah,
imagine,
it was a good movie.
If there was any spare time in Ukraine, which probably there isn't, and you wanted to kind of have something to kind of cheer you up in a way, I guess watch Rocky 4. Anyway.
I'm going. Yeah, it's a good motivational one. I'm going to try to speak in Spanish. Crypto McDizzle. Laugh out loud. Larry's pull-out game is no bueno because he procrastinates too long.
Wow.
Okay. No, that's not okay. That's not really true.
Even Tim Shea recognized that with the.
Yeah, buy XRP live. Oh no, they're putting me on the spot. Buy the XRP. Damn it, says Mr. Oh, I'm going to break this other desk. Says Mr. Max P. Crypto for shizzle my nizzle McDizzle. McDizzle. On screen, Larry, pull out the other project and buy. Oh, they're going to kill me. If I do that, you guys remember what happened to Adam Sheldon? They crushed him. They really got death threats and everything. He told everybody he was selling Saitama to buy Shibnobi, and they were ready to hang him. It was horrible. If I
yeah, but you know what? That worked out in his favor because look what happened.
Yes, he was a genius. No, I think it was a great move, but I don't want to do what he did because they're all gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, oh, the project is gonna really hate me. So, but yeah, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to hurt the investors. You know, if they see that me sell all that, and then they see me buy all the ISOs, it's gonna be a smart move, but they're gonna be like, oh, you know, Larry's doing this to cause trouble. Larry. Do what I did, literally left thousands of dollars on my crypto.com account and then deleted the app off my phone so I could start using other applications for practice. How about that? Yes. KuCoin isn't easy at first, but it has so many coins. I think it has some nice charts. I like the way they have it set up.
I will say this
about my mom too.
Get used to using the web-based version of KuCoin first.
Oh,
and then after that, you get used to that. Then go to the app because I mean, both. You know what I mean? Like where things are located at are obviously a little bit different. So I just don't want people to get too intimidated by it. I have at least a couple friends and they're like, man, I cannot get used to this.
You know what we should do? We should do like a live, or we should do like a tutorial where you're teaching me how to use KuCoin. But you really could. We can make a video out of it. She didn't make my favorite apple pie for my birthday this year. Grrr. Tim Shea says, sell it live. It will help your numbers. No, it won't. The haters are going to come out. They're going to be like, they're going to come out with pitchforks and they're going to try to tar and feather me. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to pour hot water.
The crypto lynch mob.
Yeah, the crypto lynch mob is going to come get me. All right, that's it. Larry, shut up and let Edward talk. All right, Edward, tell me what you're thinking so far. What's going through your mind about seeing me say all these crazy things?
All I want to know is what's holding you back from going to another different type of exchange? I mean, they're all out there. All the evidence as far as if it's good or safe. There's people out here to consult.
I have mail that I haven't opened for 6 months. I only focus on certain things. So right now I'm making this.
You know, you are so much like me in some ways, not a lot of ways. I have a bunch of mail I haven't opened up for a long time because the way I look at it, I only open up the ones that are important. And if it's garbage, I will rip them up and throw them in the recycling bin. But I get what you're saying.
You know the movie Office Space where he decides he's just not going to do certain things. So it's like, oh, you know, this is a bill. I'm deciding I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to take bills anymore. But you know what's really funny? If you write return to sender, if you ever get a bill, try this. Write return to sender on. If it's something that you don't want to pay for, like if it's like bad service or something, return to sender. But, you know, it's a joke. But what I was going to say is I'm so focused on the marketing plan and the business plan that I've been working like crazy, man, for this network that I'm just like, you know, I kind of like I'm one dimensional. Then I like stop doing things. I mean, I have to go out and eat stuff like that, of course. But Max, so Edward knows he's actually here. Okay, this is your time, Edward. Clip it here. Max, what is today's first topic?
Well, I thought we were going to kick it to Edward.
Oh, okay. Kick it to
We can
Edward.
do that for sure.
Okay.
No, so yesterday, if you were watching the show, Max hinted at something in regard to scarcity. And today, basically, I'm not going to do a big, obviously, story or investigation about what is scarcity or anything in particular like that. But I wanted to have a real, just kind of high-level conversation with y'all in regard to scarcity and how it relates to XRP, for example, but even down the road, when you think about, when the last Bitcoin is mined or when all the Shiba Inus are being held, like you have to think far, far down the road. Mm-hmm. So first off, I guess if you want to talk about scarcity, you want to kind of break down what it is, what is scarcity. And it's about having different types of resources, some being limited and some being unlimited. Now, if y'all want to in the chat, think about you can put it in some resources that that are unlimited resources. So like you can think about taking a deep breath of air, for example, is unlimited, right? But for example, if you look at the circulating supply of XRP, for example, you can see the total amount, the volume that they actually have is not unlimited, right? And so at some point, we're going to own all these coins, right? What happens to the value of those whenever everyone owns them? And then we had talked about this flip of the switch, right? So the flip of the switch for XRP is going to be all these different companies, all these different institutions dropping tons of different money. I know, Max, you've said this a lot of times, so I feel like I'm kind of repeating what you've said a lot. However, it bears to be repeated, right? Because of the fact that the coin is 40-something cents right now?
Yeah, roughly in that range, 45 to 47, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might even be in the 44 point something because with the crash
with
today.
Scarcity, when you bring up a great point, I'll just kind of chime in. With scarcity, it can be so that exchanges might be running out of certain things. When things really start to pop, like for XRP, for example, they're able to go on KuCoin and it's not there anymore. And that's a tragedy. I'll tell you something real quick. I'm going to tell you it's not the antithesis, the thing with unlimited supply, which is horrible. How about this try this on for size, the US dollar, right?
Thank you for saying that. Literally was going to say that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's a money printing mechanism.
Yeah.
And it's just
limited or unlimited. So cash.
It's unlimited. Yeah.
Okay. So unlimited. That's a good one. Technically it is. I was thinking about different types of crypto assets that are unlimited. Brought to my mind inflationary and deflationary, right? Mm-hmm. Does that term kind of relate to limited or unlimited? Obviously, if you're going to go create new types of tokens, or you should consider that to be an unlimited supply of tokens, right? So the scarcity, for example, of those types would be lesser than of one that had a limited supply. Now, I think it was Mr. Z and I were speaking sometime this week, maybe, in regard to the total market cap for XRP. So if you look at, I guess I could share the screen here. I didn't plan on sharing screen, so let's just get this out here.
You just hit market cap you know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
You just hit present. Yeah.
I'm just going to keep talking, though. It's $22 billion is the total market cap, and we have about 50% of the total circulating supply. So if you double that, that'll be the total circulating supply taken up of everyone owning XRP, at least everyone. I mean, all of them are owned by certain addresses. The market cap will then only be $50 billion. That's not very much money, right? I mean, So just think about what happens whenever the institutions start dropping all the money, the price is just going to flip, right? It's going to just, I think the word I've heard is skyrocket, or is it astronomically go out of the ballpark? You can just name it.
Parabolic, yeah.
Parabolic is another one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Point being, the word scarcity, and another time I'm going to repeat what you say, Max, supply and demand is going to be those two key words right there at that point. Whenever there are no more, at that point, it's no longer about necessarily the total market cap and the circulating supply. It's going to be then, I believe, getting a little bit more complicated than that. But I don't mean to give too much in-depth advice because obviously I'm not an expert in this. However, I definitely wanted to shine some light on the fact that there is only going to be a limited supply of crypto for a lot of these things, right? And so that just highlights more so the fact that we are very, very early on almost everything, right? I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Name something that we're not early on, you know?
Yeah, he makes a great point, everybody. Edward does, and thank you for explaining that. You know, the key thing is this: like, even myself, sometimes I beat myself up about, like, you know, the amount I pay per Cardano. So I put in, like, you know, $4,000 into Cardano, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I way overpaid for that. Now I did. A lot of people did, but if I'm looking at it from the, you know, the broader scope of things for, you know, multiple years ahead, you know, it's like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna beat that price all to hell. So that's just the way I personally look at it. Is we are very, very early, even with the ones that we think that we overpaid for.
You know, I think you guys are talking about a great topic. We really, well, maybe Max talked about it before, but I don't think we give it enough attention. It's scarcity. I'm going to compare it to a dirt road and then a highway. So right now we are early and we are pioneers, right? And we're traveling. If you can think about roads when the Model Ts were there, well, first there was horses, then the Model Ts. Everything was like a dirt road, right? There was lots of holes, and so we're like in the dirt road stage right now, where we're just making the path. You know, it's so if Max bought it, I don't know what you do. Would you say buy it at $2 or something? You bought ADA.
Ada, oh man, it is
It was up
bad.
there. Okay.
Like 283 or something is ugh.
So it's okay because we're putting it into perspective with the timeline. So we're just on the path. It's a dirt trail, and it's going to turn into a super highway. So if you got good material, to make this road, to travel on this road, it's going to turn into a highway. So I bought a bunch of crap. Like doesn't make you feel better. I bought a lot. I bought a lot of meme, like it was like gambling, garbage. And so if I bought stuff that doesn't even exist anymore. So you got Cardano, you overpaid for it, but you got a good asset, in my opinion. And it's you're in the dirt road stage. So once everything pops, it's going to turn into, you know, first it's going to turn into like a 1-lane highway, then a 2-lane highway. It's going to be this big highway, 4-lane highway. And, you know, and just compare, that's when the crypto matures into this 4-lane highway.
The more people are driving down the crypto roads, the more necessity it is to have like the highways of the world rather than the dirt roads.
Yeah. So right now we're such pioneers. We're so early in this. We are literally traveling on a dirt road that not many people are going on. And it's going to have to keep expanding. They have to keep making it wider and wider and wider to allow all the traffic, which is all the holders, all the investors to come in. It's going to be like a big highway. I just thought of it now, and I was just like,
that's a pretty good point. That's kind of what they're doing, though, right? That's they're flipping the switch, aka opening up the on ramp for everybody to basically load up all the cars, because you see that all these things exist, and you see that all these partnerships have already been made, and all the money that's involved with it is going that direction. So it's just a matter of the green light being turned on, and I would highly recommend everybody go back to prepare for November series, because that's the green light. Now everybody's starting to roll out. That's my understanding. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm interrupting you. I just want to interject one thing. I'm going to tie in Warren Buffett to this. So good assets, you know, he believes in buying good assets at a good value. So with Max, he bought a good asset. He did overpay for it, but it's still solid, right? Cardano, no one can dispute that. Now, last year, you can look this up. Last year, the year before, Warren Buffett, he got $500 million in Coca-Cola dividend stock, just in dividends from Coca-Cola, just from one stock. So just imagine, you know, Max is early. We're all early with like Cardano, for example, or we're all early with Quant. You know, it's going to pay dividends, so to speak, down the road. So even if you bought an asset, so if you know, if a bottle of Coca-Cola should cost you $1 and you paid, you know, $3 for it, you know, it's still something that quenches your thirst. Like it's still something desirable, right? But if you buy, you know, a bottle of like dirt, you're not gonna be able to drink that. So the meme coins are the bottle of dirt. Like you still got you got something good. And I just think that when the thing matures into a super highway, the price will follow. So it's not, you know, to me, it's not a concern. So Larry, buy XRP. Don't worry about saving 5 cents or 3 cents or 10 cents. That's the point. Just dollar cost average in. Like Larry's not following his own advice. But the problem is that Larry doesn't want to take a loss. So I have a loss on certain things, and it's like I'm down with a lot of stuff. So I have to just decide, like, at some point there's a couple that I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to cut the cord on them, give up on those, and get into something solid, which is the ISO. So that's what I'm kind of wrestling with.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, I want to also say for the record, you know, another thing I read recently, and I was thinking about covering it here, because I know a lot of people feel as though, like, man, you're so anti meme coins and so on. Well, I saw this particular article and I thought to myself, you know, this does make sense. And that is, you know, when the bull market happens and so on, and especially for Ethereum. I know a lot of times we don't really talk about Ethereum a lot here, but, you know, with Ethereum, think of all those meme coin contracts, you know, on those ERC20s. So if Ethereum gets back up to all-time highs and so on, yeah, you better believe it's going to affect a lot of, as I would say, those garbage projects, and then just kind of makes sense. But from there, I wouldn't reinvest back into it after you see those all-time highs. I mean, that's just me personally. I'm not gonna tell you what to do exactly. I'm just saying. I'm not even gonna keep a Moonbag. I'm just gonna, that would be it. Like, I'll cut I get my profits where that is, and then I'm done with it. As far as me getting back into some of the other ones, I like the approach that some of you guys have, which is, like, for instance, you know, like $100 into this, and you're okay with that, and so on. I think it's basically recognizing just that. You don't want to throw like thousands of dollars into these particular meme coins, because I mean, I can name a few that came out like even at the beginning of this year, and then now they're not even around, or in some cases they even merged with other ones out there. So, you know what I mean? So you could either agree to disagree with it, but that's just my own personal stance. I feel as though Ethereum will definitely, or I should say eventually, push the price for some of those meme tokens here, because we are C20 and it's on Ethereum.
I agree, and I think the same can be said where Ethereum will push up some of the NFTs, because don't forget there's a lot of NFTs built on that blockchain.
That's true too.
I think I still say this. I don't know if we give it enough attention. I still think that Ethereum is in trouble from this one standpoint. I think that it's the next target for regulators.
For the SEC, especially.
The SEC is going to go after them like they went after XRP. That's just my opinion. I just have a feeling that it's like, you know, like the bully in school, you know, like if you want to be the hero, you punch the bully in the mouth. So the SEC is like trying to be the hero. They're like, let's go after the bully, the big kid on the block. And that is Ethereum. You know, like why would we go after something like, you know, a meme token? They want to go after something that's like a juggernaut that's doing good. And that's Ethereum. Everyone trusts it, and they're going to try to make an example of it. That's just my opinion. I don't think they're going to win, but they're going to tarnish its name, like XRP would suppress the price with the lawsuit. So I mean, what's your thoughts on that, Edward? Do you think the SEC will go after Ethereum, or have you thought about that?
Yeah, and obviously I'm not going to be an expert on this topic. I know as much as obviously everybody else who does their due diligence of studying. I do believe that someday we're only going to be left with a small corral of coins. Right, there's only going to be a certain amount, and will Ethereum make that cut? Maybe. I think that there's probably enough holes in that to make it where it doesn't. But again, I'm not that technical of an expert on this. But yeah, I do believe they're going to go after it and probably take it away, probably, and probably Bitcoin too, right? Because what is the purpose of it? And I'm talking long term, wide view, not necessarily this year or next year.
Let's do this. Let's go around the horn and give me your Bitcoin killer. Tell me which one. Who's going to be the first one to knock off Bitcoin in terms of market cap? Let's go with Max first.
Quant.
I knew you were going to say that. How about you, Edward?
I think I'll probably have to agree, just because of what I was kind of just saying too, right? Eventually it's all going to get shoved that direction. So it seems accurate.
I'm still on the fence about it. You would think if you just looked at utility and use cases and technology, and, you know, quant being like a software, and well, it is a software, right? You would say quant, but then I just think about, you know, I think about, like I said earlier, I'm a kind of a creature of habit. So people like safety, and when the regulatory bodies, whoever they are, SEC or wherever, when they regulate this stuff in the US, there's going to be people looking for safe havens like gold, right? But Bitcoin's kind of like the gold of crypto. So even though Bitcoin is kind of like outdated, it doesn't really do much. The technology's not there like Ethereum or Quant. I just think that there's going to be, you know, like when you're sitting down with JP Morgan executives or, you know, Morgan Stanley or, you know, all these big banks and investment institutions, they're going to say, we need to be getting our clients in Bitcoin, or we need to be getting our clients in Ethereum. And I just think it's going to take a little time, maybe 2-3 years, for people to start saying, hey, you know, we got these ISOs like XRP and Quant, but I could be wrong. So maybe it's coming from the crypto world that props up Quant and XRP. But I just think that when the new money comes in, which is really the old money from the stock market and mutual funds and bonds and annuities and life insurance policies, when that money and real estate transactions, you know, people sell houses and buy crypto. When that money comes, I feel like it's going to go to Bitcoin first, you know, the ETFs, all that stuff. I feel like it's going to go to Bitcoin first. And it really shouldn't, you know, it's not fair. It's like, why don't we just invest in the best thing? You know what I mean? Like if Max was looking at it, he'd be like, none of us would buy Bitcoin, right? We would all say buy Quant. Why would we buy Bitcoin at this point? That's the way I look at it.
But I understand what you're looking at. So back to the topic that you mentioned about the whole thing with the banks. So I think the banks are already recognizing the utility behind, for instance, like XRP, right? And so they're not going to be, you know, you say they're going to be promoting to the retail investors, like getting into Bitcoin, possibly, but from their own perspective, as far as the technology that's used to transfer trillions of dollars from, you know, one country to another, they definitely wouldn't be promoting Bitcoin. They'd be promoting the likes of XRP, because that simply makes more sense. I mean, with Bitcoin, that could take like well over an hour, and there's going to be huge fees, and just that wouldn't make any sense. But at the same time, as far as like the retail side of things, again, that's where I'm pretty confident that that's where Bitcoin will eventually become an altcoin. It's not going to be the number one forever. It's just, you know, here's an analogy I want to make on the show the other day. For some reason, like, I guess we got sidetracked and I forgot to mention it. It's kind of like this, right? You cannot have the attitude that everything that started off as being like a pioneer is going to continue to be the number one going forward within the next decade and so on. Right. And the point I'm trying to make here is, again, I know it sounds like apples and oranges, but this is a decent analogy. So look at, for instance, the automotive industry, right? So shout out to guys who are car enthusiasts, Studebaker, okay? So in the late 1800s, Studebaker, you know, basically was just that, like a horse and buggy, you know, type company. They specialize in that, and they were a pioneer, and then they branched over to automotive. And then so a lot of people had attitude like, well, they're going to be still one of the top ones, and they had their reign. But as you know, Studebaker has been gone since, I believe, 1967. So, I mean, yeah, it's an automotive point of view, but I mean, to a sense, even with crypto, it's like Bitcoin eventually will be dethroned from that number one spot because they didn't keep up with the times. You know, was it the Satoshi Nakamoto, you know, white paper, and you know, that may be attractive, and I think the reason why the SEC doesn't go after that is for one key reason: smart contracts. Since there is no smart contracts, you cannot technically really go after that, right? There's no real utility behind that. There's no, you know, this project and that project and so on. So if anything, maybe that has worked, don't get me wrong, and maybe Bitcoin, like the other guy that I mentioned last night's show, you weren't here for that, but this guy at the end of the show, we showed a clip of it, and he makes a very compelling case, because, you know, Bitcoin is going to be going green and so on. And then you think to yourself, wow, okay, well, Ethereum, I guess, technically would be going green because they're no longer proof of work. They're now proof of stake. So now the miners are taken out of the equation, and they're not going to be using all that carbon and so on, right? So I get both sides of the argument, but I think it's just absolutely inevitable within a short amount of time that the likes of Quant and those particular ones, the powerhouse utility players, are going to be the ones that do just that. They flip that switch because they are part of the solution, and the old system, the legacy systems, are part of the problem. Back to you.
2 quick points, and then we're going to get Edward in on this. The first quick point is, fun fact, I had a 1960 Studebaker. It was a lark. I didn't have it very long. I bought it and flipped it, but it was something that needed to be restored. I actually went to become, someone was making it into a drag car. but it was all original. So, but that's just a fun thing. But here's something now. I want to bring you. This is going to be an interesting one for you guys. I'm going to get Edward to get his take first. How about this? How about something we never really thought about? How about the fact that banks are, with the laws that are coming in this country, I believe in the U.S., are going to start to offer as a product. You know how they offer insurance and different things that are not really like core banking things. When they start offering, I think we can all agree they're going to start offering stable coins, right? And there's going to be the digital dollar too, but there'll be like a stable coin where they'll pay you a percentage. Maybe it won't be as high as the current stable coins. It might be like 1, 2, 3%, 5%. When they start offering that, that might take the place of like all that CD money. Like there's a lot of money tied up in CDs. I don't know the facts of how much it is, but I know just common sense tells me there's a lot of money sitting in banks, savings accounts, CDs. Would it be possible? Can you conceive it, Edward? I'll ask Edward first. Do you think it might be plausible for a stable coin to be the number one, a stable coin issued by banks now, backed by the US, could be the number one highest market cap crypto, like a stable coin itself? Do you think that could be the one that pushes Bitcoin down, and then the stable coin X, whatever it's called, is the number one crypto by market cap? Did you ever think of something like that?
I have not thought of that. I was thinking, though, if my bank did come out with a coin that was, I guess, what it was backed by
stable coin, yeah.
Right. And so I would probably end up flirting with that just to see what it was like, for sure. But would it become first on the block? I'm not sure. You know, it seems like there are too many players in that game for any one particular bank to be able to take the leader in type of stuff. In the projects, you know, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But it could be.
Well, they could use one of the existing ones like USDC, you know, USDT, that's already like kind of high up on the list. But I just was thinking about it right now. I'm like, you know what? Maybe a darn stable coin would be the number one, because there's a lot of retail. I mean, who doesn't use a bank in the US, right? Everyone goes in there. You're gonna, instead of seeing, you know, do you want to buy some car insurance from us or life insurance? You're going to be like, hey, how would you like to have a 5% rate of return on our new stable coin? You know, that could be the thing that really takes off. I mean, what your thoughts on that, Max? You think that's like plausible, or is it just?
I think it's very well possible, and I think, you know, you're onto something with that. Because the way I look at it is, you know, for instance, I know a lot of people are more bigger fans of, you know, Circle's USDC compared to Tether's USDT. But I mean, even looking at it from the USDT perspective, I mean, you know, you're talking about one that basically has, you know, number 3 overall as we speak on the overall crypto market cap, sitting at, you know, close to $70 trillion market cap. And again, that's not with any official bank, like you mentioned, you know, being
endorsing it. Yeah.
Right. I think eventually, not necessarily Tether, but like, you know, like for instance, USDC, which is sitting at number 5, that is more likely to get maybe, you know, the approval or the, as you would say, the endorsement that they basically need. That one's sitting at, you know, $42 billion market cap. And the point I'm trying to make is, I think you get to some of those things that you're mentioning where, you know, it's got to be pegged to something, right? So, I mean, yeah, it's a 1-1 ratio, right? But I should say pegged, backed by something. So, right. We were talking about this quite a few times on the show before. You know, we show you guys clips of, you know, it's good to look at history. I mean, because you don't want history repeating itself. And let's face it, history is kind of repeating itself. So we have had kind of like a flip. We always talk about the flip of the switch. Well, are we kind of doing like a full, you know, like a 180 here, for instance? Like, you know, we got off the gold standard, and then now it's just like you mentioned before, the endless printing of money. So right. if the banks are officially going to take on, you know, stable coins and so on, and then, you know, with all the U.S. regulation, because let's face it, when it comes to the regulation of crypto, it is more focused on the stable coins, because those are definitely a threat to what? The traditional banks, TradeFi, right? So with that said, you get to the point where, okay, yeah, this is paid at a 1-1 ratio. It's not going to go up, not going to go down. At least we hope, right? Hopefully it's not it's non-algorithmic, but as long as it's backed by something, I feel as though then that becomes this new era of digitalized, backed by gold is what I'm trying to say. So,
Be great.
yeah. So, for instance, Circle's USDC is literally just that, backed by gold, and then I guess you could say the U.S. government gets behind that. Then you defeat the whole thing of, all right, this makes sense because this is a lot more attractive than just traditional fiat, which is just printed and printed and printed, and it's not backed by anything because we're not on the gold standard since, was it 1971? I think that's how that all happens. And then people also need to understand from the other perspective, it's the technologies that are pushing the massive amounts of money being transferred per countries, for instance, Ripple's XRP and so on. And that's a whole other topic. So for instance, the retail side, maybe that's it. The retail side is, USDC, Circle's USDC, again, backed by gold, and that works for the retail investor. And then Ripple's XRP and some of these other ones and so on, or Stellar's XLM, that's from the financial sector. But we're not there yet, but I think we soon will be.
Wouldn't it be incredible if they decided to take the digital dollar that they're going to come out with in the US and back that with gold? That would be a good marketing strategy to get people to really adopt that digital dollar. They'd be like, look, you know what? Guess what? We have a better version of this paper money. We have a digital. It will make people feel more comfortable with using digital money. Like, we have this new digital money. It's the technology is similar to crypto, or maybe it is exactly the same. And guess what? To make you guys comfortable with it, it's backed by gold. I mean, that's what they should do. I would do it,
You got me wanting to put on my tinfoil hat here, thinking about this big bank located somewhere in the North Pole, right? And it holds all the central coins for everybody.
It's Santa Claus. It's Santa Claus's bank.
Santa Claus Bank. We can call it Santa Claus Bank. And Santa Claus Bank holds all those coins, and so it's backed by what? There has to be some sort of, I guess, backing for Santa Claus coin. But there's no more dollar. Remember, I have foil on my hat. There's no more dollars. There's no more pesos. There's no more yen. It's all gone. We now go through the Santa Claus Bank. And I feel like that's kind of what you were going with there about, right? Kind of?
Yep. Sort of, yeah. Everything going through one channel.
So I suppose that could happen for sure. Never mind.
Let me do this right here. Let me get everyone to weigh in here. Let's get the comments flowing. I'm just trying to back up. Here we go. Selmo Fudd, will Larry roll the dice to get a slice? I'll put that in there. Mr. Max P, it took me a while to use KuCoin. All right. G-Mad. Hey, chat. What are we bullish on? All right. Polygon, BNB, ALBT. You know me for me.
Hold on a second. We got a super chat. I'm going to highlight it for you so you don't lose your spot.
Cool.
Shout out to Salamander, the XDC commander. He states, but gold is manipulated by the government. All right.
It's true.
Thank you for that point. And also for the $2 super chat. Thanks again, Salamander. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Salamander in space. Tim Shake. Quant might have scarcity issues. I believe that's true. I think, so Quant is a good one. I mean, for the scarcity concern, I guess you could say, or
12
argument.
million. Is that what
it's so much more. Yeah, it's so much more attractive from a scarcity point of view than Bitcoin. I mean, you know, looking at Bitcoin, I mean, shoot, man. I mean, Bitcoin is 19,196,000,000. And you're looking at for instance, Quant. I mean, what is Quant sitting at? Like you just said, 12,072,000.
That's million with an M. Million.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's so few coins.
Isn't that crazy?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and even with that said, I mean, they have a max supply that's not even that much higher than that. 14.612 million. So
Max, when a year from now or a year and a half from now, we get the bull run, it's already happened, and Max is looking at his Shiba Inu. And he's like, oh my God, I'm a millionaire with Shiba Inu alone. He takes some of that. He's like, I'm going to buy some more Quant because I'm a Quant maxi now. And then he goes to buy it on somewhere, KuCoin, and there's no Quant left. Now it's like, man, I really got to get Quant. That's going to make people really FOMO. The scarcity issue
is a FOMO-related issue to me. That's going to be it's going to hit Quant so hard, I bet. Obviously, you need to put that little thing down here below my not financial advice, but
Oh,
I
I think
believe
that's
it's probably
true.
going to be very impactful.
I mean, I know that, yeah, it will be impactful. I mean, I know that, Warren Buffett is not a crypto fan, but I kind of look at quant, like with the whole, all the things we just mentioned. And you look at, like, for instance, Berkshire Hathaway, it's the most valuable stock in the world, like
Yep.
hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's like, I'm going to look at quant like that eventually in the future. You know what I mean? We always say you're going to be priced out of quant. Like, well, technically people are priced out of Berkshire Hathaway. I mean, yeah, you could buy like I guess you could say a fraction of it and so on, but is it really going to be all that significant to you? No. Yeah.
Z, we have an amazing after show on Discord. Yeah, I'm going to be there. Everyone is welcome to come watch and is actually encouraged to come watch. Tonight's meeting could be highly beneficial for the crypto community in general. Oh, there's going to be some great news. I have something to drop in Discord. I can't do it publicly, but I will do it in Discord for those that want to come. Z, there's the link for the Discord and Monte Cristo. Buy Chronos and thank me later. Send me Christmas.
Yeah, at these prices, I would agree with that.
Z, why throw $1,000 into a crypto when you can work with Crypto Talk now and make thousands of dollars in crypto? All right. Night, guys, says Monte Cristo. Tim Shape.
Well, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by.
This is scary. I've had some of these. I lost money. I'm going to tell you the ones I lost money with. Lost money with Piccolo Inu, total bust. Shiro Inu, forget about it. Lost money.
Yep, same here.
Pochi Inu, lost money.
Never heard
Xenu,
that one.
lost money. The only one on that list I did not buy is Clifford Inu, but I know Max did.
Oh, God. I got wrecked on that one. Something fierce, man. Something
You got
fierce.
riggedy wrecked, but I got riggedy wrecked on 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Did you have those other 4 or just
Yeah, Clifford Inu is. I hardly ever FOMO in anything, but for whatever reason, I decided to FOMO into that one, and God, I got so destroyed on that one. I'll share how destroyed I got on Clifford Inu. This is why I'm not a big fan of like meme tokens, right?
Yeah, I got burned by them too.
So I
got
entered at a really bad time, 0.30s 1128, and yeah, I put in about $1,500 into Clifford Inu. Why would I do that?
Because everything was pumping, and we were like, "Oh, we can just throw a dart at it, and it'll go up."
So Dogecoin was the first dog-related crypto, right? And so was Shiba Inu coin the first Inu? Even though obviously it was a Shiba Inu dog on Doge.
That's a good question.
It was the very first Inu, therefore it was like the original Inu token.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I look at it, yes. Because what happened was I knew about Saitama, I believe, on the first or second day that it came out. And I was ready to literally throw $2,000 into it. I think it was the first day. And so at that time, I talked myself out of it. Why? Because it had the Inu. And I thought I was just going to be another one trying to, copycat and so on. And then as time went by, I mean, I did get eventually into Saitama. Even had a big profit at one point. I should have cashed out. But like a lot of us, we didn't do that because we, believe that in the whole state of mass thing. And, we all know the story. But it's that because it had the Inu.
I'll tell you what, I call it the Doge Shiba Inu syndrome. It's when you get spoiled. Like, so Max did better than me, but we both made money with Doge and Shiba. I did good with Shiba. I did better with Shiba than I did with Doge, but Doge was the first meme that I made money with. And then I got spoiled with Shiba Inu. I'm like, oh, this is easy. Why don't I just buy Piccolo Inu, Shiro Inu, and Pochi Inu, and Xenu Inu. And, I'll just take a dartboard and throw a dart because everything's going to make money, Larry. It doesn't matter.
Well, some of that didn't work. The thing is recognizing and not getting too greedy. I think most people thought, well, these are new all-time highs and, we're in this bull market. It's just going to get higher. I mean, and it didn't happen. Yeah. Let me ask you this, Edward, not to put you on the spot, but give me one that you got riggedy wrecked with. Give me one that you got wrecked with.
Oh, so, Saitama is basically the most pain in my book, After Saitama, though, you had to kind of – only reason why it did, like Max said, I still am holding on to it. I even bought – as we were going down, I bought more, right? Because I know that if I'm losing money, the only way I'm really going to make it is if I really invest, and that's obviously not financial advice. That's probably bad financial advice of any type of advice, but it's not anything. It's bad. Just what I did probably. But now you know what? I have a really healthy bag of Saitama because you know why not? I felt like that was probably the only way to counteract a falling bag of value. But Saitama was definitely one that I looked at. I think I've chatted the story before. Let go of my Dogecoin before it popped. That didn't technically wreck me, but I missed out. Shiba Inu, same story. So I didn't technically get riggedy wrecked, but I did miggity miss out. So
Okay, I like that. Miggity missed out. That's funny stuff. Hey, they're making fun of me here in the chat. Quant, Boomer up and sooner. But look at this. Larry is still buying Mononoke Inu. Oh my God. Look at that. There's
I got some Mononoke, but I didn't get wrecked. I don't know.
I got wrecked on it. And
I
so
guess you technically did. Everybody got wrecked for you.
Yeah, I got wrecked on that one too, unfortunately.
And right now, what is going on with this guy right here? What is he doing, Max?
He's taking a huge dump on the community. Exactly. It's a
How do people buy? What was wrong with us? Why did we do this stuff? Why I put money into this before there was even an alpha, beta, an omega. I don't even know what they call it. There's nothing there. There was nothing there. And now we got this crap right here. What? Oh my God.
I hate to say it because some quote unquote top influencers were, they got approached by these garbage projects and they sold they sold their soul to the devil and basically decided, you know what, I don't give a darn. I need to get paid. I'm gonna promote crap. So yeah. And a lot of us basically went for it, right? So I mean, let's just be honest about it. Yeah, I got into that, and let's see here. I can't believe this. Listen to this. October 31st, 2021, I put 390 or 300, well, probably about 400 with the freaking gas fees into Mononoke Inu. And then before that, on the 24th, I put about 200 into it. So I mean, I can't believe I bought 2 bags of Mononoke.
Mass adoption comes. I go to McDonald's. Hi. Hello, may I take your order? Yes. I'd like, let me just check my balance here. Oh, shoot. I had $500 in Mononoke Inu. Well, okay, I got $2.38. Give me a double cheeseburger. I'm sorry. Sorry, sir. That's $2.68. I can't even buy a double cheeseburger. There's nothing I can do with my Mononoke Inu. It costs me more money in gas fees to cash out.
I want to state this.
I'm sorry.
No, sorry. I just want to state this real quick. So I still feel as though, like we were talking about earlier with the whole thing with Ethereum and so on. I mean, it goes up to all-time highs. All these meme token projects, I should say all of them, but a lot of them that are on that ERC20, token contract and so on. I think, was it Bleez mentioned a long time ago, it's like the crypto crumbs, you'll see, profits in that eventually. I do believe that's true, but the ones that I'm worried about, sorry to say, is like the likes of Mononoke Inu, because what will happen is while the price is going up and it's like, wow, finally Mononoke, look at CMC, look at CoinGecko, it's showing that it's up like 60% or something like that, and then you're like, and then it ends up being consistent because we're now in the bull run, and then for instance, some of these projects, it's like, for instance, let's say Ethereum is like at near all-time highs. So you consistently, instead of seeing just a one-day pump, you're literally seeing it for like 7 days, right? So for instance, late last year, maybe on to the beginning of this year, with Shinobi, I remember seeing Shinobi a full week. It was amazing because I had some good profit with that, and that's one thing I was really glad about. But the point is, with Mononoke, this is what I honestly see. I see something like that where all right, just hear me out, where it's like all these other ones, the devs aren't touching it and so on. And then with them, they drain liquidity as this happens. And that's what sucks. It's like, yeah, you get the crumbs and you might want to, cash out your bag because you're like, finally, it's doing something. And then right when you're going to go to it, it's the liquidity is being drained because that's how the contract was set up originally. And it just sucks.
I don't like the Backstreet Boys, but don't they have that song that says, tell me why? Where it says like that, tell me why, because you said, tell me why. And I'm saying to myself,
I was listening to, 90s hip hop, like Wu-Tang Clan, Biggie Smalls, Tupac at that time. And I was not listening to,
me neither. But I think it's from a commercial too. They have it, but no. And today I was listening to Fat Joe. I actually I was showing my nephew. I'm like, this is some real music right here. And Ashanti was singing. I'm like, wow, I forgot about Ashanti. She was just a great singer. And so, do you know about that, Mac or Edward? What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to anything except for country. So unless
Okay,
it's
me
old,
too.
yeah. If it's old, old country's cool. I don't like the new
Yeah,
stuff.
the
that's sad.
old country like Eddie Arnold, Jim Reeves, Patsy Cline, stuff like that. Yeah,
Right. Anything that's pretty cool sounding. I don't
Johnny
know.
Cash, of course.
Yeah,
Of course,
Johnny
yeah.
Cash. Craig. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, one more thing. I was about to say, I think you're going to be able to get Mononoke Inu in your Happy Meals from McDonald's in the future. I wanted to point that out. I didn't think you heard that
It'll
part.
be like a little toy. Okay.
Or just a little card, right? You'll get like, 250 trillion for your
To be
toy.
able to play it on Nintendo 64.
Take it. It's the free thing. We'll get you. No, I love Mononoke Inu. I'm probably going to buy some more, and I want to use them. I'm not going to sell them. I want to use them. That's why I bought them. So thank you.
Craig Connor. Tim, you are correct. BCAT will be different, I hope. All right. Tim Shea, Selmo Diamond Hand, that Mononoke Inu, baby, like Michael Marbury. Salamander Space, Yahoo, and AOL was gold. Look what happened. Google killed them. That's true. Hey, look at that. Panther Man is here. We said, sup. Monte Cristo, Bitcoin will be here for decades. Litecoin. Oh, we forgot about Litecoin. Panther Man. What's up? Michael Montclair. And Selmo Fudd is laughing. Tim knows. Craig Connor, the CDC said there is a Mononoke Inu outbreak on Friday.
There you go.
No, an outbreak, not a breakout. Okay. Oh, man.
Right.
They hate us over at Mononoke. Is anybody there? You know what it is? They're okay. We're gonna do an impersonation. We're gonna do like a 20-second AMA. I'm talking to the dev of Mononoke Inu. Tell us. So you went to California or somewhere overseas, and you got yourself a nice mansion and a hot tub. What is your take on all these people losing money in the community? How do you respond to people losing money because there's no game that's been delivered? It looks like crap. What would you say, Mr. Mononoke Inu dev?
I would say
We're doing Edward. Okay, go ahead.
Just
Yeah.
wait. It's going to be the greatest game you've ever seen, the Mononoke-iest game you've ever seen. Okay? I don't know if you've ever played, let me think. What was it? Rug Pool 64? I think have you played that
They haven't even worked up to 64-bit graphics, my friend.
one?
They're at 8-bit graphics. Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Let's talk to the other mischievous, devious dev over there. What do you have to say about Mononoke Inu's game? When is it coming out, and what will it be like playing it?
Oh my goodness, that guy. He basically say, what voice was that? Oh, I don't know, man. It's garbage. That's all I can say.
He can't even go up with. B-Rise will take Light's position this year. All right, thank you for that, Michael Montclair.
Hold on a second. We got a super chat alert again. I'm gonna highlight for you that we don't lose your spot.
Salamander in Space, the XDC commander, George Strait, Dwight Yoakam, Alan Jackson, and the Judds.
Hoochie coochie.
There you go.
Man, I'll tell you something. Ashley Judd in Double Jeopardy. Man, she was fine as one.
Really? I haven't seen that one. I do know who Ashley Judd is, but I can't. She must be older now. Cool Cat Crypto Meow. He's back. He's bullish. Tim Shea says, hey, Michael Montclair, checked out a few of your videos. You can really sing nice. Oh, Michael Montclair's a singer. Is he really?
Yeah, he mentioned he was. No, he said he was. He said that a while back.
All right.
I'll have to check it out too. If you got Tim Shea saying that, I'd rather watch Michael Montclair sing than watching E Honda over here from Street Fighter taking a big fat deuce on the community.
Oh my God. It does look like E Honda from Street Fighter.
It does.
Oh yeah, my God.
You know darn well that some of these guys are doing those subliminal messages. That was a subliminal message. Come on.
Hey, you guys. You guys, I got a game for you right here. We're gonna take a dump. It's called Come and Get Us. When you get to us and find out our location, we're just gonna take a whole big dump on the number 2 on the community. Oh, there he is, Michael Montclair. He sings.
Yep.
All right, let's listen to some of this. We're not gonna get a copyright strike, are we? No.
Probably.
Probably. Does he sing like real? Is it like stuff?
I don't know. I haven't listened to any of his stuff yet, but Tim Shea saying I should. he's you know, a good singer. Maybe we should.
Let's live dangerously. Let's play it.
You just have to smile. Smile, though your heart is aching.
Holy cow.
Holy cow, that's right, Michael.
Smile, even though it's breaking. When the
I can play this for a
clouds
special lady sometime.
in the sky.
Wow.
You'll get by.
Michael, you're awesome, man.
Holy cow.
If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you.
Wow.
Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near.
I can't believe the sound of his voice. Guys,
It's
subscribe
amazing.
to Michael
Yeah.
Montclair.
Bravo.
I am totally too. You know what you
Bravo.
remind me of? You remind me of a modern Jimmy Durante. You know?
I'm gonna go with
You know who
Frank
that is?
Sinatra.
No, do you know who Jimmy Durante is? That guy, you know,
No.
oh man.
No, I don't know
Okay.
who he is, but tell me who he
Yeah.
is.
Well, you remember that movie, for instance, Sleepless in Seattle?
Yes.
Remember at the end, there's a song that plays.
Oh, that was the song.
Yeah, like he reminds me like a modern version of him. That's
Oh,
really
wow.
cool. Yeah.
Oh, Michael Montclair. Why don't you type in the comments and tell us who you're in? What famous singer inspired you to sing that way? Tell us who you can compare yourself to. That's what we'd like to know. All right.
We got another super chat, but yeah, Michael, I'm gonna go right there right now, and I'm totally subbing to you, my friend. That was so cool.
Yeah, I am too right now. See that? Subscribe.
Yeah,
That's amazing. I
52
mean, you have a
subscribers,
real
man.
good
With your
voice.
voice, you should have like 5 million subscribers, my friend.
Can we get Michael Montclair to do us a favor and make us a song for the show? That way it won't get copyright strike. It'll be like the Max and Larry show.
How about he
Something really
comes?
cool.
How about he comes to Miami and performs live?
Oh, there you go. In June.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it might be June 10th, but we're still working on the date. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I did that at the same time.
Sorry. Yeah, but again, guys, Michael Montclair, man, like you got the voice, like
He's
for
off the
real.
hook. Yeah.
For real.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm not kidding. You know, I would definitely play that for a special lady. I tell you, if I had a nice date night, I would probably be like, you know what? Let me just tell you something. Let me put on, let me tell you, I got a friend of mine. He's a singer, Michael Montclair. You should listen. And then we could like dance and everything to Michael Montclair. I mean, just what's cool about this community. Go ahead, Edward. You read this one. Do you see it on the screen? You read the super
This
chat.
is Crypto McDizzle for the $1.99, but we always raise it up 1 penny for inflation, thanks to the POTUS, Mr. Biden. We know. Well, let's try this again. Well, we know who's singing at the event, and I'm thinking he's talking about the next year July party on the beach. Come to Florida.
Yeah, in Miami. It's gonna be a good time.
Shout out.
We're going to do a charity. Okay, so I'm thinking the name of the event, Max, and let me know what you think of this. I think we mentioned it before. What do you think about the CTN Family Reunion? The CTN Family Reunion Tour. We could throw the tour on there because we're going to have it in different places, but the first one will be in Miami. I think it might be June 10th. We're going to have a lot of really nice food. We're going to have a live musician. Might be Michael Montclair can come. I don't know, but we'll have a live musician, a band or something. And then we're going to have a charity softball and basketball game. And, you know, Max is not going to be too hot because maybe we can figure out a way to have it inside a little bit too. We can have inside and outside is the hope. But Max, what do you think the name should be? Do you like the CTN Family Reunion?
Yeah, it sounds good. We'll have to get some suggestions. I mean, that doesn't have to necessarily be it, but yeah, that sounds good so far.
So drop in the comments. So if we have a family get together with the CTN family, let us know what we should call the event. It's going to be a charity event. We're going to work on what charity it's going to be. I was thinking about St. Jude's. Or maybe a ministry, just something we're going to do that's good to help people. But you have any thoughts on the name, Edward?
Crypto Talk Now Live sounds good. Live.
Oh, there you go. It'd be like a live concert or something.
Just an extra little bar on the name.
Cool.
Work.
Let me go and look at this super chat here. And it is Whoops, I got to go down. Ah, there it is. It is from Salamander in Space. Where's the concert? Great singing. Make a song for the show. Yes, that would be great if we could make a song. And thank you so much, Salamander Space.
Thanks, Salamander.
And look at this, Michael Montclair. Thank you for the $2 donation. Thanks, guys. I'm there. Oh, cool.
Awesome.
He can go to Miami. Where do you live, Michael Montclair? I forgot. Tell me if you live. I think he lives in the U.S., right? He has like a name that sounds French Canadian though, but I think he lives in the U.S. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that! You got a sub there, Michael Montclair from Boomer F and Sooner. All right, let me go back. I'm going to get Edward to read some of these comments, but I want to post them for him so he can see it. I want you to do your best Max and Larry impersonation reading the comments here.
Okay.
All right, there you go. There's the first one.
Well, hold on real quick.
Crypto is bullish.
Hold on a sec. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt. I cut you off. That was totally bad. I was gonna say, Michael Montclair just subbed to you twice off of MaximusCrypto and also DPG Maximus. So, sorry, Edward. There you go.
You're good. I got him one on there on Crypto Talk Now VR too.
Do you have the ability to put the comments on the screen, Edward? Do you have that, or do you need me to do it?
I don't think so.
All right, I'll just do it for you then.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, do you see the first one there?
Cool Cat Crypto is bullish.
All right.
Panther Man is.
I'm going to skip ahead because I think I'm a little bit too far back. All right, hold on a second. Here we go. Yeah, here you go. Read this one. Please.
Z, smash the like button for that YouTube algorithm. 100 fist, cool smiley. Cool Cat Crypto says no XRP for Larry. Cool Cat Crypto also says monkey farts. Tim Shea, Michael Montclair, I'm up to 300 XRP, smiling with my eyes closed.
More than I have.
Yeah. Cool Cat Crypto, that's more than 300. That's 300 more than Larry has, says Cool Cat. Tim Shea, Michael, that's a good start. Z, crying to the side. Michael Montclair, true cool, LOL. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Am I crazy for holding on to Lunk? I don't think so.
What do you think about that, Max? What's the latest with Luna Classic? Any news on it?
Just a little bit. And I don't know, I guess you could say some complaints and so on. I mean, there's some things that need to be put into place to get us to where we need to be. But there's not any like really good news, I guess you could say, yet. But be on the lookout for it. I mean, I know that 2Bit and of course some of the other guys, Classy Crypto and so on, they're still bringing up some very good cases on how we achieve certain things. But it's just that it's trying to get some of those things implemented and just going from there. But I haven't seen anything that just really stood out that you guys don't really already know about, I should say.
Well, thank you for the insight. I think that, it's just crazy. I mean, the way crypto works is if it's flat, it's flat, but it'll come back. I mean, that kind of rhymes, but we just have to be patient. We have to remember that, you're not going to make a ton of money overnight. I mean, it just takes time sometimes. All right. Yes. Wait, sorry. All right. There it was Edward reading them. There you go.
Yes. And yes. Panther Man, that's already happened in El Salvador. Michael Montclair, keep holding Lambo. Mr. Cool Cat, why is everyone still wearing masks?
From Halloween, okay.
Oh, yeah. He's talking about our faces,
yeah.
I think. Hey, this person's name is Pelosi's Ice Cream Stand. Great name. 8% mintable Bitcoin left. I think that's on the topic of scarcity.
Yep.
Panther Man, El Salvador is doing that right now. Are we talking about something with Bitcoin?
Yes,
Maybe,
Bitcoin is El Salvador. Then you have Bitcoin. What's called Bitcoin Island or Bitcoin Land in El Salvador. Yeah,
isn't that? I think that's going to be their national currency. I think
it already has been. Yeah, it already has been.
Craig Connor, Lunk must go to 5 or 6 zeros. No hope. I dumped my bag at 28. Tim Shea, Mr. Lambos, depends on if you need it anytime soon. I've been I have some staked on Terra Station, and I am holding that one. If they start using the blockchain effectively, the sky is the limit. Pelosi's ice cream stand. If I voted Brandon, I would want to cover my face too. That's a good one. Thanks, Pelosi's ice cream stand.
Okay.
Michael Montclair, turkey trademark TR, interested. I don't know what that TR stands for. Turkey is interest is so high. How high is it, you ask? Well, they will, and other countries like India. I don't understand. My butchered that one. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
USDC, says Pantherman, is El Salvador's stable coin.
Oh, wow. See, there's what. So that could happen. You know, some of these countries adopt, like the governments adopt these stable coins, and that could pump up that market.
Yeah,
cap.
no, I mean, I
Yeah.
hear that, and Panther Man makes a good, point in regards to that. My thing was to have it actually backed by like the likes of gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be something. If that happens, I think that it'll go crazy. I think anything backed by gold, if it's encouraged by the local bank, your local bank and the government, I think will really go.
He says it's already happening. Pantherman does.
All right.
Pelosi's ice cream stand. I'm just here, ice cream dealer. I think he's speaking in code, y'all. Z. Anyone holding electronic cryptocurrency can essentially call themselves crazy because all it takes is one biblical solar flare from the sun and all electronics is down. Poof, goes all the money.
Oh my God. Oh, you
Wow.
just took it to another level. That's it. I'm gonna throw my screen or something. I
That was a
gotta
good one.
here. I'm gonna throw the book at you.
I just
That
I
was
can't say
funny.
the word. I just
Wow,
slapped
don't
it.
break
nailed
was
it.
that a microphone?
No, it was a bottle of tea I was drinking.
Oh, I was like, I
That's a
would have
big
been
one.
dumb. I would be like, oh, I can't let him.
But you
one
probably
up
had
me.
a
I
cap
gotta
on
take
it,
my
yeah.
microphone and smash it.
Yeah, hopefully. This actually brings up a really awesome point, though, because whenever I talk to people about crypto and they're not invested at all, I always tell them, the worst case scenario is that we get either like an electromagnetic pulse from some sort of geopolitical event, or most likely, I mean, that's probably most likely. But then you got also the fact that the sun, I don't know what the possibilities are, like which one's more likely, but you have those two possibilities coming to knock out all the computers that you're able to go not get your coins from anymore. Point being, your coins are fragile, right? This whole system is super fragile. And so I think we need to keep our minds out for that because it just takes that little flare to knock everything out. And next thing you know, we don't have computers. We don't have anything anymore. And I'm not wearing tinfoil. I think this is just scientific proof. Or facts.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's take a very probable scenario. So there's a natural disaster, an act of God, and let's take Florida. We'll pick on Florida. So they do have hurricanes there, as you know. We just had one, right? So in Florida, a hurricane comes and knocks out all of Florida's power for 3 weeks. What do people do, Max, with their crypto when crypto is the main source? The digital dollar and crypto is the main way that people buy and pay for goods and services. What do the people in Florida do when 3 weeks they don't have any electricity?
Oh man, I mean,
Like,
I don't know, man. I'm not going to answer that right now. I mean, there's a lot. I mean,
it's
you
tough
know,
to think about, right?
yeah, that's kind of hard to wrap your mind around right now.
What do you think about that, Edward? Any thoughts on it? What would people do?
I could probably go down this very, very long rabbit hole, but it sounds like, in my opinion, it sounds like people just don't get access to their coins until the power turns back on. And that's
That would
just
be
how
scary.
it will be.
There
Yep.
you go. That's a good
That
answer.
sounds like the problem. And that's the problem, yeah.
All right, there you go with Mr. Lambo.
Did I read this one? No, I didn't. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Tim, that's a major catalyst. The actual use of blockchain by bringing on quality projects. Craig Connor says, XRP is the one right now. I have 1,200. Hope to get 5K before it goes up.
Nice.
That's a lot. Pelosi's ice cream stand. I flip Rocky Road to XRP.
Rocky Road sounds good right now.
That does sound pretty good, actually. Shout out in the comments your favorite ice creams, y'all.
That reminds me of a Weird Al song. Didn't he have a song called "I Love Rocky Road"? He did have like a parody of something. I love rock instead of rock and roll.
Yeah. There
I
you go.
love Rocky Road.
Wow.
Yeah, put another triple scoop for me or something like that.
Does he dress up like what's his name? The guy from the Goonies?
Yeah, something like that. My memory on that's a little faded, but
I
yeah.
haven't heard that song maybe just once or twice though. It's probably a good song. I'm gonna go listen to that after the show. Monte Cristo. Too many theories, guys.
He's probably talking to me.
Tim Shea, definitely agree with that, Craig. Most of my investments are blue chip or ISOs. Cool Cat Crypto. How come those 3 people are still wearing Halloween masks? I don't know what you're talking about.
That's funny.
Pelosi's ice cream stand. Nancy said Paul's backside took the worst of it, though. What are you talking about, Pelosi's ice cream stand? Who is this character? How's this happening? Do we have security at the door here? What's going on here? I'm just kidding. This is not crypto related. Michael Montclair, I'll give 12 XRP for a piece of pizza.
Oh, jeez.
Pizza, smiling with my eyes closed.
All right.
ZLOL, Monte Cristo. Isn't Monte Cristo a sandwich, if I'm not mistaken?
I'm not sure.
Monte Cristo.
Maybe.
You can tell me in the chat, Monte Cristo. Who is this guy talking? Is he a guess? Wow. Just too many theories.
So,
interesting.
Yeah. So this is Edward Vincent. He's a member of our community. This is his first ever time.
I chat every day. Y'all should see my name quite often.
Yeah.
We do Crypto Talk Now VR. I have a Twitter. You can always contact me there. It's all kinds of good stuff. Get to know me. I'm a good person.
There you go.
There we go. Michael Montclair. Not my mom. She wants to see cash in her hands. Not for older people unless they have massive re-education.
Yeah, it seems like to be a common theme.
Cool Cat. That guy at the bottom must be Larry's gay lover or rock boy, if you will. Thanks, Cool Cat. I have a cat for you to be a rock boy for.
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm straight as an arrow, so there's no worries there. All right, Cool Cat.
Cool Cat with his eyes sticking out.
Just
Craig
laughing,
Connor. The true value of silver is $2,500 per ounce. You can buy and hold in hand for $30 per ounce right now.
All right.
Do it. Tim Shea, I was curious how often the gold FT Fort Knox is audited. Apparently, every year they audit the seals placed on the vaults after they were audited between 1974 and apparently they check the seals. They audit the seals placed on the vaults after they were audited between 1974 and 1986. They no longer audit actually gold, so that they audit the seal, which is, I'm guessing, was that the documentation only, or what's the seal? I'm an ignorant. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, let us know.
Craig Connor, 14 million of quant. Boom. Salamander in space. Fort Knox has no gold. China has it now. I thought Russia had it, but hey, it's a theory. What do I? Cool Cat Crypto. Saitama? Seriously? Yes, Cool Cat Crypto. Crying. Lord, please forgive them for mentioning Saitama. Lord,
bless
please.
me, I have sinned. Yeah, okay.
It's all good. Saitama's going to have his day in the sunshine again. I know it. I believe it to be true. Hey, praise the Lord. Thank you. Tim Shea says, Michael Mayberry, he is a rocker from the Carolinas. Just putting up $1,000 in the Mononoke. He is a mod on 2Bit's channel, and he is not joking, crying with his head to the side to the left. Oh, do bless his heart.
Oh, wow.
Right. Super Carolina voice. Sorry. Cool Cat's crying twice. Cool Cat, says Tim Shea. Larry said that is where he will sell to buy XRP.
I can't even sell Mononoke Inu. It's worth like $2.38, and it's going to cost me probably $12 to sell it, or more than that.
Don't sell it. Use it. It's got utility. It's got a game. You can go get coins, I'm sure, and develop your character into like a strong fighter. It's going to be worth it. Cool Cat says Larry going to end up with no XRP at all. That's not helping to speak it into existence. Let's say he's going to end up with a lot of XRP because he's going to start buying soon. Cool Cat and a fat sack of Momonoke emu.
Oh boy.
Crypto Talk. Hablemos Crypto.
Oh, hey.
Necesito un wrench.
I'm going to give you a wrench, my friend, right now. I'm going to look and find you.
This name, Crypto Talk Hablemos Crypto, sounds like how how the channel's always referred to. I don't know. Is that correct?
Could you? Oh
I don't
no!
know.
You know what? Could you do me a favor, Max, and just scan the or move the comments for me for Edward or for you, because I've got to go and give Legrand a wrench on my phone.
Sí, se podemos hablemos crypto.
Oh, there he is. I see it.
Oh yeah, okay. You want to just go ahead and do that, Edward?
Well, yeah. Give me 1 second here. I'm sorry, I can do it if you know if we don't know where we left off. I got it. I gave him a wrench. Okay, Legrand, you got a wrench. There you go, Edward.
Tim Shea. Oh no, Cool Cat. It was Saitama. He is going to sell. Monte Cristo, Maximus Crypto. So you're saying that Bitcoin in the next 10 years can be replaced? Most of his coins we are holding can reach what we dream of, and that is because Bitcoin is master. I don't understand.
It's all right. I'm not saying it's going to be replaced like completely. What I'm saying is it's not going to be the number one on the overall crypto market cap on the rankings. I definitely see the likes of Quant being the new one to take that number one spot in the future. If you've, I don't know, I'm just saying, maybe look more into Quant for yourself and find out more about it. It has all the earmarks of basically being Bitcoin, but with utility and a more attractive circulating supply, a less total supply. It's connected to literally everything. And on top of that, all the partnerships they have, the whole thing with ISO 222. Again, I would highly recommend researching it, find out why I'm making those statements. I'm not just, talking to talk, just to, sound like this crazy guy on the internet. Look into it
Like
for yourself.
Larry?
Yeah. No, not like you. But you look into Quant, man. Seriously. There's we get it. You probably see quite a few YouTubers out there saying, oh, this is the new, this is the next Bitcoin. And it's not. But Quant is not just the next Bitcoin. It literally is, like I mentioned, the Bitcoin, but with utility. And man, it's amazing. And we're so early.
I gotta have more fun. I'm gonna take over the comments. Sorry, Edward.
Good.
Cool Cat Crypto, dear Lord, Saitama. Oh Lord. Hey, Legrand Commission. All right, there you go. Imagine holding Saitama and no XRP. Oh my God, I know it's a horrible thought. That is true for me. It's not done by design though. Hi there. You see that? Crypto McDizzle for shizzle my nizzle. Thank you for the $2 donation. We know who's singing at the event. Yes, we got to get him. Thanks, guys. How about that? That's another organic thing because we got a co-host here. We got another co-host here. And then we have a singer. Everybody's come out of this community is awesome. All right, Crypto Talk now. Hablamos Crypto. I was about to say that, Mike. How about that? Cha-cha-cha. That's Nat King Cole. Smile. Oh, you know what? He does sound a little bit like Nat King Cole. Wow, amazing. Yes, it was amazing. That was straight up Sinatra. That's what I was saying. Boomer Ever Sooner. I like Frank Sinatra. I like him very much. Bing, bong. All right. Thank you, Michael. Got a smile from listening. I'll tell you what, guys. If you want to have a nice time with your lady on Valentine's Day, you can do this because you're going to need to stay home and watch your portfolio. Just play some Michael Montclair. How's that? Have a nice glass of wine. Play some Michael Montclair. Look at your portfolio. Look for that nice big green God candle. Z. I'm going to guess. Oh, Dean Martin. That's another one. You know what? He does sound like Dean Martin a little bit. My uncle worked with Frank Sinatra and taught me. Oh, my God. So I was right. I immediately thought of Frank Sinatra. So his uncle worked with him. That's cool. All right. I just subbed. All right. Where's the concert? The concert is going to be a charity event for our family. Crypto Talk. Maybe it'll be like this. What was the one you said, Edward? What was the name? Not CTN.
Crypto Talk Now Live.
Crypto Talk Now Live. So it'd be like a concert. All right. How about that? Boomer F and Sooner subbed. I want girls at the family reunion. There'll be girls there. There'll be guys and girls.
Especially if it's in South Beach, man. There'll be girls everywhere.
There'll be, you'll have plenty of girls. Michael Montclair, Maryland. Oh, he lives in Maryland. Oh, that's not far. Okay. Salamander, it's in Miami. Tons and tons of those. That's right. We're going to South Beach. Near there. We're going to go near there. All right. Excellent. Harry Connick. That's another one. You know, he does sound a little bit like Harry Connick. Is Harry Connick Jr.?
Yeah, Harry Connick Jr.
Crypto McDizzle for shizzle, my nizzle, my trizzle. Serious. IBC news coming. IBC is stupid bullish. Oh, there's a nice one. Crypto Talk Fest 2023. That's a good one. Crypto Talk Fest. I like that one. Cool Cat Crypto. Oh, that's Edward on the bottom. My bad. Selbo Fun. Larry turns that smile into a frown because when it comes to XRP, he's not down. I am down. It's just that, like, you know, it's like going on a date and you just, you know, I'm flirting with XRP right now. I look at it every day because I have to look at the prices. And I'm like, oh, everybody's going to get mad at me. I'm not buying XRP. But right now it's like a game. It's a courtship. You know, I'm trying to make my move on XRP. I'm waiting for XRP to surrender to me, to be 35 cents. And it won't surrender. It won't surrender. It's being stubborn. It won't surrender. All right. Larry in that wolf pack instead of XRP. All right, there you go. Hey, Mr. No Face. Hey, you, Mr. No Face. He doesn't have a face. Hey, guys, late to the party. CTN. How about that? Hi there, Mr. No Face. One successful leverage trade with Mask, guys. Check it out. It's going ballistic. I never heard of that one, Mask. Oh, my gosh. Here we go with the conspiracies. Cool Cat Crypto. There you go. Crypto Talk Hablamos. Crypto. North Carolina. Better. Laugh out loud. Okay. We Hispanics look under their mattresses. All right. Tim Shea. No face. I saw that.
Hold on a second. Do we miss the super chat? I think we did.
We did? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Salamander in space. Thank you for the $2 donation. That could also happen to your bank account. Oh, you mean where you can't? That's right. You can't get to the ATM machine if the power goes out.
Sorry you missed that earlier, Salamander. Thank you again for the $2 super chat.
Thank you. All right. And no face. I saw that in Metabask. Okay. Crypto McDizzle. The money system hook to the satellites. The monetary system works offline and reconnects and updates. Okay. Crypto Talk Now Hablamos. Crypto. Ask any Hispanic and they will know what I'm talking about. Joan Jett. Cool Cat Crypto. All right. Z. Laugh out loud. LeGron. I think Caucasian people started that. All right. Boomer F and Sooner. When is the Miami meetup? We're penciling it in for June 10th, but we're going to try probably in the next week or two. We'll have a date, or maybe just give us a little time because we have to come up with a venue and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. I haven't been to Miami in years. I think it's a perfect idea. LeGrand Commission lives near there. My best friend is from Miami. I'm going to try to get him to go. Max, we're going to get him to get out of Arizona. He needs a break from Arizona, right, Max?
I need a break forever from Arizona.
Okay. All right. Well, we're not doing it in Arizona. All right. Word. And you know what? For you guys that are in like near Texas and stuff like that, maybe the second one we might do. Here's a little teaser. And maybe Oklahoma. I was thinking about that. All right. Who is Edward V? Look at that. He don't Z don't know who you are.
It's such a deep question, but it's a good question. Good question.
My wolf pack.
Maduck sauce.
Salamander in space. If the electricity goes out, your bank account also goes out, just like crypto. That's true. But you might have a bunch of cash sitting under your mattress. Okay, that's what LeGrand's saying. You might have a couple $1,000 there or whatever you have. And you can still buy stuff maybe. Oh, you won't be. The grocery stores will be closed because there's no power. The Wall Street Wolf Pack, Z. So, Larry, did you? No, Larry did not, because Larry is been working on the plan, the business plan, the marketing plan, and working with his nephew. And you know what? Damn it, Larry. I gotta get KuCoin. And it's like, you know, I'm having what is it? I'm having.
How about this, guys? Like Kyrie Irving. Next question.
Okay. There you go. Crypto Talk Now. Test. Looks good. Hey, Monte Cristo. Well, there's a sandwich, Monte Cristo, and a cigar. But I'd rather be the Count of Monte Cristo that finds the treasure. Oh, I like that. I'm now changing the name to the Count. Oh, you have to put it in there with a capital T. The Count of Monte Cristo. That was okay. Who was that in history, Max? I've heard that one. Who was the Count of Monte Cristo? You remember?
Oh yeah, they even wrote who wrote that book they called The Count of Monte Cristo? Was it Alexander Dumas? Can't remember.
The Count of Monte Cristo. Cool, cool. I will check it out. Thanks, Max. How about Quant? Michael
Wait, who?
Montclair.
Oh yeah, no problem, Monte Cristo.
Michael Montclair, aka the Frank Sinatra of the Crypto Talk Now network family. I'll work a jazzy tune-up, thinking up one. Oh, that would be so wonderful. Oh my God. We open with that voice. You know, we're going to increase the female viewership from that. The ladies are going to love watching the show because they're going to be like, we don't like Larry, but we like Max. But we really love listening to Michael Montclair in the beginning of the show.
I was right. Alexander Dumas, The Count of Monte Cristo. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. XRP will surrender to Larry at $1.98. Expect to be drunken. Oh, bet to be drunk in Miami. Bing, bong, boom, bang.
Bing, bong.
Boom Rapper Suitor, come to Oklahoma. I got 6 bedrooms. Oh, there we go. We're going to be staying at Boom Rapper Suitors. All you guys, we're going to have like a couple thousand people. We're all going to jam ourselves into 6 bedrooms. Party at Boomers. How about that?
So 5 rock ladies and never mind. Okay.
Boomer effing Sooner. Hurrah. Oklahoma. 20 minutes east of OKC. Cool Cat Crypto. Larry, listen to that buy low and sell high, dude. Oh my God. Are you talking about Hanak? Oh boy. Crypto talk hablamos. Crypto ahora. Good. Michael Montclair. Ha ha. Night, guys. And thank you, Michael Montclair.
Yeah, take it easy, Michael.
You know what he's going to sing like this? Like strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. He's going to be like that, like Frank Sinatra, and it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to actually call up my mom and be like, you know what? We have someone that was trained by Frank Sinatra indirectly, and he's going to be singing for our community, and he's going to do the Max and Larry theme song. He's going to come on, and, you know, we're going to have half the viewers are going to be ladies because they're going to be like, oh, we need to hear Michael Montclair. They're going to be all excited. They're going to throw stuff at the stage. That's what they're going to do. Michael, be prepared. When you go up on stage, they're going to throw stuff. They're going to throw, you know, some of their apparel at you, maybe.
That or he does a parody of you, you know. Pancake house at 2 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock is the Waffle House. Never mind.
That would be funny. Boomer F and Sooner. Come on, Tim Shea. Got 2 acres as well. Oh, we're going to have like a tent city there or something. Nice. All right. Back to you, Max.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Or you can just pass it over to Edward.
No, it's okay. You guys who are still around, you actually want to hear some crypto for a change? Yeah, that'd be kind of nice, right? All right. Well, it's not quite crypto, but I thought I'd bring you guys some information. Give me just a second. Here we go. So there was first this, and there's why, you know, you see the whole thing about the crash, right? That's the topic, the thumbnail. This is straight from the Daily Hodl. Analyst who called the 2022 crypto crash issues fresh Bitcoin and Ethereum alert. This was released earlier today. Thought I'd bring it to you guys because you know what? Daily Hodl has some decent info every now and then. So basically, it's like this. The crypto analyst who basically said this crash would happen. He's got new price lows for digital assets this month. He's a synonymous trader known as Crypto Capo. No, not the capos who work for Tony Soprano, but he tells his 573,000 Twitter followers that several market conditions point to price collapses in November for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins. So what exactly is this all about, and why does it matter? Well, here's the key thing, all right? So, you know, when you look at the Bitcoin, I should say, looking at Bitcoin, this particular person, Crypto Capo, predicts a flip in the support and resistance price level of 20,000. And of course, many months ago, was it about 1 to 2? Was it 2 months ago? We talked about how it was crucial that, you know, we can't drop below that crucial $20,000 support level before dropping to. Some of you guys said as low as 12K. They're stating 14K this month. This month? Are you kidding me? Doom and gloom, right? So Crypto Capo basically says that the decline may come after Bitcoin reaches a high this month of 21K. So pay close attention to that. You may feel as though this guy is just full of malarkey, but he called it right if you go back to what he was predicting for 2022, back, of course, in the last bull market of 2021. Of course, we see Bitcoin trading hands at 20,425. Here's the key thing that he highlighted. 30K holds, market meltdown, generational. You see what's going on here, the downtrend. Could this come to light? We'll see, right? Next, Crypto Copper predicts ETH will decline to $700 in the 700 to 800 price range, dropping from a high of about 1,600. So if anything, here's the key takeaway. If it's going to drop this significant, is this the time to load up if you still happen to have your reserves, if you will, to load up on, which will bring us to this next particular segment, which is still on topic. And that is, hold on, continue the site. Crypto winter, right? So is crypto winter only going to get worse? The co-founder of, the heck with this. The co-founder of nothing. Because guess what? CNBC, if you're going to keep prompting me with crap, then I'm going to say sayonara, okay?
Yeah.
So, goodbye. We'll just kick it to the next part, which makes sense. And that is this right here.
Let me just interject something as the one that's kind of like the quasi leader of this network. Let me just say something that CNBC, you're horrible with crypto. You shouldn't be talking about it. All right, next question.
All right, so I was gonna have that just be as a nice, 1-2 punch or 1-2-3 up to this. Just kick it right into it. Forget CNBC. I'm not gonna use them no more because
we're not using you anymore because we have Crypto Talk Now News Network.
Yes, yeah, forget you guys. Yeah, you're gonna keep getting that thing up. Even with the, shout out to Edward Vincent with the, the ad block plus, man. I mean, it's just couldn't fight. No, I just couldn't fight through that apparently. I apologize, guys. But how about this? This is a premium service I pay for annually. Straightforward investor place. Weekly update. The moment of conversions has arrived. We talked about this for a while. It says it was yet another mostly flat week for cryptos as Bitcoin continued to hover around that 19,000 level. Currently speaking, in regards to that particular level, we see it at 20,289. It is taking a slight dip. It's down 2.5% for the 7-day chart. Ethereum is hovering around that 1543. But anyway, there's mixed macroeconomic developments. But here's the key things I want to point out from this. Is it really truly the time to buy dips in cryptos? Because this could be close to, a big crash coming up. Should you hold for a while? Should you avoid getting to certain ones because of some of the things, for instance, what Jerome Powell mentioned earlier today and whatnot, right? So Investor Place is basically saying for months they've been waiting for the perfect moment to buy the dip in the crypto crash and position themselves to capitalize on the next crypto boom cycle. And it's just that, like Legrand pointed out, a lot of times we as crypto investors, we want to catch bottom, but 99% of the time we won't. Do you DCA on the way down close to rock bottom? Well, that seems to be the case for a lot of us, right? But it says over the last few weeks, they've been consistently updating us on their technical Bitcoin triangles chart, which of course I brought to you guys a few times. And on top of that, this graph basically shows Bitcoin's 2022 price action as a series of descending triangle convergences, where they have basically sideways support lines that have converged with a downward trend resistance line. Now, there's going to be two key things here. One is that you're going to see the two convergences that are going to result in what they refer to as Bitcoin breakdowns. But the other thing they want to point out to is the third convergence that we're basically in right now. And that's because the surrounding macroeconomic factors, of course, have changed, and it could still change, right? So throughout of all 2022, inflation, of course, has been rising, like they mentioned, and the Fed has been growing more hawkish. However, we are now into November. Inflation is falling, and the Fed has been growing more dovish on that. the macroeconomic factors have done what is referred to as a 180. Therefore, they believe that the outcome of this third descending triangle convergence, which we'll show here in a bit, in Bitcoin will produce a completely opposite outcome as the two convergences. Now, I want to state this, all right, before we get more into this. This is all dependent on the news going forward as far as, what the Fed is going to do yet again. And based on that. So, I mean, if we happen to get some good news on what to expect, then I feel as though that this could be spot on with what Investor Place is basically bringing to us. So I just want to throw that out there. So they state that the whole thing, for instance, where it says this last statement, they believe that the third, in regards to the outcome, they believe that this third descending triangle converges with Bitcoin will produce a completely opposite outcome as the first two convergences. They feel that that is exactly what's happening right now. The third descending triangle pattern fully converged this past week. As it did, Bitcoin retook, of course, 20,000. We see it a little bit higher than that, but not by much. And broke above its descending resistance trend line for the first time ever, keyword ever, in this bear market. So is this a sign of greater things to come? Yeah, could be. But if anything, it's recognizing what is going on with this. And again, is this the last of the pullback? Could very well be. Now, I wish I could zoom more into it, but again, these are some of the things I highlighted last time I covered everything with Investor Place. But this last part right here from June of 2022, basically close to what is right now, right around November 2nd, going to the 3rd. Inflation is now falling rapidly in this descending triangle, potentially resulting in a different outcome for the conversions, as highlighted on that green line on the bottom, and where this could possibly go. Now, why are we looking at this, and why are we thinking that this could happen? The reason why is, if you look, and again, I would highly suggest you guys to take a look into Ablamos Crypto Aura, Legrand's one of the last videos he did in regards to his statement of we could be going into a bull market. His research backs up what a lot you're seeing right here, and it's based on a 4-year wave cycle, if you will. That's the data that he's brought to you guys. A lot of what's mentioned here with Investor Place simply makes sense. Could it tank and go the other way? Absolutely. Crazier things have happened. But again, if you base it on history and base it on what you see here, especially with some of these convergences and so on, it really makes you take a step back and hold pause to where this thing could be going for 2023. They at Investor Place again feel as though that a breakout has finally arrived. Beyond the technicals, this breakout is fundamentally supported as well, like we mentioned. They also remember, this particular saying, the BTC quote boom cycle 2023 thesis has always been predicated on, of course, the Fed, and I cannot pound that home enough. It's always dependent on that, whether we like it or not. It says that a risk asset is intended to be a hedge against money printing. Cryptos will forever struggle when the Fed is hiking rates, which it definitely has been. We've seen that almost this entire year. We only have 2 months left of this year, and will forever outperform when the Fed is cutting them. Therefore, the boom cycle 2023 thesis rests on the critical assumption that the Fed will ease monetary policy in 2023. That doesn't necessarily mean it will happen, though. But again, that's the assumption. There's another couple things I want to get to, and that is this. The global CPI diffusion index, which represents the percentage of countries with year-over-year CPI rates in an uptrend, appears to be peaking, hitting its head on peaks it reached in 2008, and of course what happened back in 1973/74. Each of those times, global inflation rates crashed over the next few years. Now, you may be thinking, well, what the heck? How is this in relation to what you're talking about before? We'll get there. History is repeating itself right before our very eyes. Global CPI is topping out. Inflation rates are set to meaningfully crash over the next few years. You kind of see what's going on with that, all the way back to what they mentioned before, to the early 70s. Here's another key takeaway I want to get into before we get into some of the portfolio notes, and we'll get into, of course, Chili's and so on. There's a big catalyst that happened recently with them, and why you see some price action other than just the hype behind what's going on with the World Cup. Now, we're always talking about here at CTN about what's going on with the central banks, ISO 222, so on and so forth. Listen to this key part. Central banks aren't ignorant and blind, right? They recognize these falling inflationary signals and the increasing pressure on them not to tank the respective economies. How many times have you heard, of course, the Fed call out the news on various shows or social media in the past few months? It's endless. But listen to this. The Fed is aware of all of what we're mentioning right here. So are all the central banks across the globe. That's why we've seen noticeable shift in the global central bank policy and rhetoric towards a more dovish stance over the past few weeks. The key takeaway here is the noticeable shift in global central bank policy. What is that particular noticeable shift? Think about the policy, ISO 222. That is the main policy, and what is going to be delayed, or already has been delayed, going into March. Because in March, you're going to see that mandatory policy in regards to the whole thing with ISO 222. Last but not least, a little bit more into why they feel as though 2023 will be the boom cycle, and basically it's going to start at that time. Investor Place is very bullish, of course, on the prospects for crypto market going into 2023. The reason for it is because they see what has happened back in 2020 going into 2021 with the bull market. Hence why I'm highly recommending, again, for you to look at that video that Legrand did a very good job with that, and it makes sense because that was the start of the last bull market. Again, look at the waves, look at the cycles of how a bull market goes and so on. If you're not convinced by it, I don't know what to tell you. And then I'm gonna get to the last part right here. It states just this. The reality is that while the signals do suggest a dovish pivot from the Fed over the next few months, nothing, of course, is confirmed yet. We still need to wait and see what the Fed will actually do. We've seen a little bit of what they're hinting earlier today. If you watched it, we will find out, of course, as much on Wednesday. We didn't find out all of it, but we did find out quite a bit. Pay close attention to that, like you guys have always done. Is Larry referred to, the old man coming out of the cave. He's going to keep coming out of that cave. If the outcome of everything said in here coming up is that there's going to be a dovish tilt, then that will be, according to not what I'm stating, Investor Place, their signal to be clear to go out and buy, as much altcoins as you can. I can't give you official financial advice. This is what they're stating. If not, of course, we'll reassess. And of course, we'll respond to it based on what is referred to as a holiday crypto buying spree. Before I kick it into the next thing, I want to state this. Hopefully you guys enjoy some of the coverage that was provided to you from Investor Place. I feel as though 9 times out of 10, they have been hit, not miss, on their coverage. They have a very unique team that covers various cryptos. One of the head leaders of Investor Place is Charlie Shrem. He's one of the members of the Bitcoin Foundation Club. Heck, he's even credited as being the first Bitcoin miner. It was live on TV. And then on top of that, you have Luke Lango, for instance, everything that he's done with data analytics with the likes of, for instance, the Philadelphia 76ers, and he even recently worked for the LA Dodgers. Pretty big all-star team. Now, a few key things I'm just going to point out in regards to these notes because I feel as though I need to. Then, of course, I'll kick it back to either Edward or Larry, and that is this. Chili's. You see price action happening as we speak with Chili's. It's been up. It's up to about, I think, 24 cents. A lot of you guys were hoping for that dip back into 19, 20 cent range. But here's a catalyst. The testnet phase 4 is now live. Chili's continues making progress towards the launch of its own Chili's Chain 2.0. Again, we talked about the 2.0 quite a bit before. I think this is perfect because it's right in alignment of what is going on with the World Cup coming up here soon towards the end of the month. Again, it's in Qatar. Now developers can assess and guide or say, I should say, can assess a guide and start building for the new network. And that is great because if anything, it builds up that ecosystem. All right, a little bit more. I know a lot of us are invested into Polygon. Polygon now supports, or I should say, has support, is coming to. I'm sorry, Polygon Matic USD support is coming to BitPay, the world's largest Bitcoin crypto payment services platform. Users will soon be able to send and receive native Matic tokens, as well as be able to spend that Matic at various online e-commerce platforms, including Shopify. A lot of us, of course, are familiar with that. I'm not going to read the last two of these because I feel as though it wasn't that huge or significant, even though we do cover Near and also Tezos. That is the latest on what's going on with this crash and how to prepare for it. Back to you, Larry.
All right, thank you. So let's ask, before I read the comments, what are your thoughts on what Max went through there, Edward? Tell me, I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have any commentary on anything he went through?
Yeah. So one of the first things I was thinking of was that I like to hear these kinds of stories starting to pop up, right? I like to hear sort of like that flattening of the downward trend. Every once in a while, you'll start to hear something that makes sense, actually brings some credible information to the conversation, which you plug that in with all the other doom and gloom that's going on, you kind of start to see that average that's starting to flatten out. Obviously it's going to be in due time. You heard today's messages. That also helps kind of paint the picture of how long we have until things are really starting to be able to move upward. Obviously nobody knows, but definitely I like to hear about what Chili's, the update on that one. That was good stuff too. Thank you for that. Good stuff.
So what you're saying, Max, is there's a chance that XRP will go to 27 cents.
No, there's no chance.
Okay. I knew you were going to say that.
Let me hide the super chat real quick because I don't know if we saw this particular one earlier.
No, I didn't see it. Go ahead.
Shout out to Salamander Space.
Oh,
the
yeah.
SDC Commander. You already did that one?
We did get that one. Yeah, thank you again.
My bad. All right.
That's okay. The General. I want to see when they build the Great Wall of China. Time travel now. Okay.
The Green Wall of China.
Oh, the Green Wall. The Count of Monte Cristo. I like the new name. Thanks, Larry. Oh, thank you for changing your name. Z, laugh out loud. Crypto, what is that? And why do we even need to talk about it?
Yeah,
Very
really.
cool.
We used to be Cash Talk Now. Remember that? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I remember that was funny too. Now it's time travel talk now. Drop more comments, guys. Yes, please drop more comments. Z, staking with CTN can generate a beautiful passive income from 2 to 5% APR. Okay. Website updates coming soon. Thank you. Enjoyable lifestyle. It's time to get vaulted, baby. Threw that in there. Oh, snap. Volt.
I haven't seen the Volt. Yeah, I haven't seen the Volt Army community
about
members here in a while. So it's good to see you guys. Bring some more.
Bring ye forth and come forth with much bounty. Ye volt.
Come forth and voltify.
Voltify yourself. Yes. Yeah. Oh, snap. Volt is here. The Count of Monte Cristo. My honest opinion, I would buy Kronos coin. Its market cap will reach half of BNB in the near future and will probably surpass it long term. And
I would 100% agree with that. I would 100% agree with what we said with what you said there at Monte Cristo. That's the way I look at it. I think, like you mentioned, long term it will bypass BNB. I'm honestly thinking like anywhere from 2 to 5, 6 years tops.
And Tectonic, it is the next Shiba Inu. Where are you? Anything can happen. All right. Just subbed to you, my Volt brother, Z. Boomer F and Sooner. I like Tectonic. Just bought another billion. The Count of Monte Cristo says, well done, Boomer. And
I want to ask you guys in the audience this real quick and just go ahead and type it in the comments because, for one, it helps the YouTube algorithm. So how about this? If you guys are really bullish on Tectonic, how much more bullish are you compared to like the likes of VVS? Because there's always that whole comparison of, like there's people like myself, I'm into VVS, but I'm not in Tectonic yet. I will be. And there's also people who feel as though, no, I just want to be a Tectonic and I don't even want to mess with VVS because Tectonic is, it's got a lot more, it's more of an attractive project, but both are what? you know, crypto talk now. I always say that crypto.com DeFi app. And you can, you know, it's on there and you definitely earn yields on that. So do you feel as though you should be in both, or you feel like, nah, VVS has time and it's not doing much, Tectonic all the way? I want to hear
Edward, let's ask you first. What's your thoughts on Tectonic and VVS?
I own nothing of the sort. I need to do more research on them both. I am so loaded up with my brain full of ISO information that I'm still not even, you know, fully able to understand the likes of what's going on there. So I have to focus on certain projects, and Tectonic and VVS. If I'm not mistaken, it's like VVS Financing or something like that. Is that
VVS
the full name?
Finance,
Yeah. So I that's the extent of my knowledge on that. VVS Finance. Period.
Well, yeah, I had some Tectonic last year, sold out of it, just a small bag. I made some money. I never got into VVS Finance. I think it pumped last year and people did well with it, but I've kind of lost track of them. But there's been a lot of people. There's been a lot of hype surrounding Tectonic. It seems to be taking the spot of Luna Classic right now as far as hype goes.
Is it just an algorithmic setup? Like, I need to kind of look into it obviously more. I think I have heard obviously stories on the show here about it. But like I said, I'm pretty sure our brains have capacities. So that's probably, it just kind of spills off on the edge, and I'll pick it back up and pour it back in at some point.
Yeah, I put I put about $620 into VVS, and I did that back in January 3rd. So I have like 11 million of them. I mean, obviously it's a lot cheaper now compared to them. But I know a lot of people that got into VVS and also at the same time got into Tectonic. Then, of course, there's, you know, we call it Tectonic maxis, if you will. They're like, I will not get into VVS. And it's just like, why the tribalism? But it is a consistent thing. There's a lot of back and forth between the two because they're kind of similar in a way, as far as, you know, what yields you can earn and so on. And both, of course, being on a crypto.com DeFi app.
Like the little girl with the taco shells. ¿Por qué no los dos? Why not two? Why not both of them? You know,
right?
Why can't you just buy them both?
You know, this has been a really good show. I think we should wrap up soon. But how about we do this? How about to wrap up the show, we'll do something special. We could do like crypto talk now, exchanging glasses. We could do something like, why don't we play just like 15 seconds of Michael Montclair and give a little sample of that, because he's got to make a song for our show. We'll do a little bit of that, and then we'll give you guys the last word. Let's just hear a little bit more of another song.
All right.
What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love.
Wow, that's cool.
There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me.
Holy cow.
The way that I feel when that bell stops to peal, I could swear I was falling. Could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love.
You know what? The Max and Larry show, let me just say this. Listening to the Max and Larry show, and with Edward here tonight especially, it's almost like for the listeners, like being in love, if you stop and think about it. I mean, they're so excited to hear us. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but can you, I mean, seriously, can you believe the voice that Michael Montclair has? I'm not just saying that because he's part of our audience, but he really has a good voice. It's crazy, right?
Amazing. I wish he would come on our show and do like a song intro for us or something like that. That would just be remarkable. So cool. But I mean, it's up to you, my friend. We don't want to put you on the spot or anything like that, but that'd be incredible. And even if you did come to Miami and somebody was driving by or walking by and heard that,
yeah,
man, I really mean, I'm not just saying because you're part of our network. You legitimately have an amazing voice.
He's going to be famous. Yeah. We're going to make him famous. When you come to Miami, we're going to get a lot of people there. And we'll make sure that you get a lot of recognition. Now, let's do this. Let's let Edward say some things that he wants to say. Like, we'll let it wrap up, and then we'll give Max the final word. So, Edward, you go first. Tell the audience what you want to tell, anything you want to tell them.
Y'all, it's been great being able to hang out first person get to talk to everybody, get to read some comments, talk about some scarcity. We're gonna talk about more things. I have a pretty good feeling I'm probably gonna be back. I don't know when.
All right.
I have a good feeling. We'll find out. Could be tomorrow. Heck if I know. What's tomorrow? Thursday? I'm down.
All
Let's see
right.
what
So
happens.
we'll have you come back tomorrow then. So you really enjoyed it
Whenever.
enough to come back.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Both
Well,
of you.
good.
And
Well,
everybody in the chat.
We'll give you a Christmas present. You'll get like a Crypto Talk Now T-shirt or something.
Okay. That sounds perfect.
Christmas.
Thanks.
All right. How about you,
Well,
Max? You get the final word.
You got to keep in mind, this T-shirt you're getting, Edward. You see that couch in the lower left-hand corner of the screen? All right. So it's been wedged in there since the creation of this channel.
It's just stuck now. Just kind of
If that
virtually.
shirt could talk, I mean, the things that Patches, he has these crazy interviews, but if that shirt could talk.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ew.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, there's somebody
Oh,
new.
boy.
There's somebody new here. Hold on a second. Stop the phone. Bendy Water. Bendy Water, welcome. Is that a cat or something? Or is that a cow? No, it's a monkey. Or it's a horse. A bear.
Where is that? Jawa?
Oh, it's a Star Wars character.
It's a Jawa. No, it's not.
Jawa.
I don't know what it is.
Jawa.
That's a good kitty cat.
Bendy Water.
Oh, I see now. It's a cat. Kind of has Jawa eyes, and then the cat is really into metal.
It
So you know
looks like
what?
he has a machine gun.
Let me tell you something, all right, Betty Water. I want to welcome you, of course. And I also want to state this, all right? If you happen to be a single cat and you're female, I know this really, really cool cat. His name is Cool Cat Crypto. And everybody in this world, whether cats, dogs, like Patches and so on, they need some love. So show that love by meeting a great guy named Cool Cat Crypto. I can vouch for him.
And at the wedding between Cool Cat Crypto and Bendy Water, they'll play this.
All the music of life.
How about that? I mean, we really need a theme song. I'm gonna really bug Michael Montclair. I'll be like, maybe he will come on the show. He's got to come on the show. One more comment, and then we're gonna wrap it up. The Count of Monte Cristo. Just how many of us would have loved to get into SHIB when it was cheap, like 6 zeros? Tectonic is on the same path. Something to think about. Thanks for the show, guys. And thank you, the Count of Monte Cristo, and thank you for changing your name. You know what, Max? We'll have to do a segment sometime, maybe tomorrow on Tectonic or one of these days. We'll talk more about it.
You know what? Michael Montclair could get a great parody song for you, Larry. You know what I mean? Like,
Really?
there's a smile on Larry's face. He won't buy XRP tomorrow. There's some no tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah,
I can't sing. Anyway,
No, that sounded pretty good, actually. Not like
No, it's
Michael
horrible.
Montclair good, but nobody's
No,
like Michael
it's
Montclair.
horrible.
All right, guys, it's been a great show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. in the Discord. We'll be there in about 5 minutes. We'll give us a little bit of a break, and we'll be there. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Edward will be with us, so that'll be cool.
Cool.
Yes. See us on the post show with Prudent Talk Now. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, y'all.